Hey, what a terrible night to have a curse.
Jesus
Terrible
Christ.
night.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh,
Hi.
Hello, it's time. I swapped over.
Jesus.
Sorry, I figured doing it differently. I did it differently this time.
There you go, yeah.
surprised us.
You channeled Fitz with that turnover.
Hey everybody, it's Monday. That means it's time for that game we call a D&D. Julian, you are off center on your camera really bad.
I'm eating a taco.
Okay, I'm just pointing it out so that
He
way.
doesn't want the taco eating action.
No,
No, I'm
this
trying to keep the taco eating to
Exactly.
a minimal.
this
on
isn't a
video.
mukbang.
Exactly, it's why I'm like moving away so you don't have to see it. We're here.
It's Monday. It's D&D time. Specifically, Symphony of Sorrow, which is not a Castlevania game, but it could be.
Or is it?
Or is it?
It's the Castlevania AU.
Right, you're the Belmont.
No one's a half vampire. So
No one's a half vampire.
We can't make it
Yet.
gay. We can't
Oh,
make
because
it
only half vampires could be gay. That's right.
you tell me with Strahd.
Anyway, hi, my name is Michael. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrest control here. My name is Michael. I'm your dungeon master. Welcome to Symphony of Sorrow, our Curse of Strahd actual play. We're actually playing it, is I think what that means. As opposed to not quite
Not playing it.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. Anyway, couple of things before we jump in. Curse of Strahd, in particular, is a rough game. Pretty squiffy campaign sometimes. As it is very gothic horror, very vampire oriented. There are themes of horror and mind control and cannibalism and
Themes of horror.
themes of horror
I
and
was
gore.
right. Cannibalism.
Horror.
Yeah, like vampires drinking each other or whatever.
I'm sorry. I'll be good.
That's
But
what
it's not sexy.
I'll be good.
that still counts as cannibalism if you're drinking blood. Anyway, there's blood in this also. As such, we're using safety tools. We are going to do our best to. I'm going to be doing my best to give as many warnings as necessary or as possible as we approach potentially squicky subjects. But please keep in mind we are doing what we can. We're always going to have a talk after the game. We might need to take a break, but we will continue to soldier on. So before we actually jump into the game, why don't y'all tell me what happened last week? Because there was a bunch of stuff.
We did cover a lot of ground.
Golly.
We did. We traveled.
We killed a son.
Oh yeah.
We killed a vampire spawn.
We
at,
killed the son of a father.
at level 3. We killed our first vampire.
We killed a vampire. Spawn. Vampire.
Yeah, he's not, like, all the
Oh,
way
I'm
there.
sorry. What did I say?
You said vampire. He's a vampire spawn.
Oh, I thought
so
I
he's
said vampire
weaker.
spawn.
Uh,
My bad.
that was in the basement of the church, kept alive by the priest man who had lost his faith.
Father
And,
Donovich.
and we were wondering, you know, probably in the periphery of the RP, like, why did this man lose his faith? Was it because of the fact that Barovia tried to go up against Strahd and failed miserably and now are in a horrible night to have a curse kind of situation? Or for other reasons? Turns out it was for other reasons, specifically his son being a very hungry boy as a result of that same rebellion that Barovia tried to do.
Mhm.
Possibly.
This
he was like a
fucking
casualty.
This wizard guy.
He was
Okay.
a casualty of that situation and became vampire spawn, and a father's love is too strong. He could not kill him, but he did feed him, and people were disappearing in Barovia. Which that was bad. And
A little bit fucked up.
And the group was like, "That's fucked up. We're gonna take care of your son, sir." And he was like, "No," but we took care of him, and he
We
was
took
still
him out back and made him look at the flowers.
It was Old Yeller time,
We brought the house down. almost.
literally.
Literally.
And so he was no, and then we were like, that's my contribution.
I
And
like
then
it.
the next day he killed himself.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, first, we kind of asked Ismark and Irina what they wanted to do with him because this guy is kind of the reason why their father died. But they were kind of, they're better people, and they were like, just leave him here, whatever. And then just buried Dad. And then we moved on. And we got to a crossroads. There was a funky little gallows at the crossroads. So
Funky little gallows.
like I guess like this must be like the only form of entertainment in all of Barovia because
God.
all the towns lead to this gallows. And
Funky little gallows with its own graveyard.
Just a silly little
Exactly.
gallows.
And we kind of debated where we wanted to go. Because Cassia has people in one direction, and I think Valakia. Is that what it's called?
What?
Wacky.
What's the other?
Oh,
Walakia.
Valaki.
Walakia.
Valakia.
Kind of wacky.
It is
up in
basically
here.
Wallachia, yeah.
Okay. I believe it was in one of the other general directions. I think ultimately we oh yeah, I forgot. Before we even left, we talked to fucking Morgantha, fucking Mrs. Lovett, and we found out where the children went. The child went to an orphanage, supposedly. I didn't.
Her sweatshop of pies.
I didn't make my check, so I believe her. I believe her explicitly, and
She has a pie sweatshop.
Exactly. I also have a pie that apparently wolves really like. But what she said is that she said that there was a Vistani encampment along the way. And that, hey, don't be caught out at night. You'll probably die. So I think what we ultimately decided was to go along a river to the camp. And then Luke turned around and looked back at the gallows for whatever reason, and there was he saw his dead boy, very dead. No one else saw it though. Everyone else saw another Vistani, or was it just another dude?
We just saw a corpse
Yeah,
just
just some
hanging
guy.
Okay. So Luke was like, "Thanks, Strahd. You're an asshole," and we moved on. I relinquish recapping to someone else.
We went on down the road to the camp.
Bar did blinking guy meme and realizing Taylor wasn't here.
Yeah, I did. I actually looked at Taylor's camera.
You're like, Taylor?
Well then.
Well then, we went to the camp and Cassie was like, hey, I know Dasani, I'm gonna say hi. And they're like, shit, come on in. And we
Almost
got a
say
place
hello.
We got a place to stay, and the guy retold the tale of what happened that fateful night that a wizard decided to start a revolution. And he told how he could have sworn he saw the body fall into the river, and when he went to go loot it, it was gone. So he was pretty bummed out about that.
So is Luke, because Luke wanted to go to where the guy died to see if there was anything left behind.
We also found out that that this group of Astani has a potion that they take so they can travel between Barovia and the rest of the realm.
You know, normal D&D land.
Normal D&D world.
They have
And
a
we're
roller
like,
coaster there.
dude, can
Dude,
we
we
have
went-
some? And they're like, yeah, give me all your money.
I just find it funny that, like, we went to the Feywild, we went to Shadowfell, and yet Barovia is so much weirder than both of those places combined.
It's a curse.
Yeah.
What a horrible night.
He basically asked, do you want all my money, but only one? I mean, I'll give you a potion for all your money, but it only works for one person at a time. Which
It probably doesn't
that
even
kind
work
of
for us.
sucks. So if we were gonna kill each other, this probably wouldn't work out well.
Yeah, we're just like, well, we gotta find another way. I guess.
And then he was like, okay, do you want to hear another cool story? We have this seer lady over there. She can read your fate. Do you want to go check her out?
Legit. And
They're
Taylor,
like, oh,
is
cool.
not
That
good.
might be fun.
I was gonna say Taylor's back to do the actual reading.
Yes, because Taylor took notes.
We're waiting. Yep.
We're waiting. Mm-hmm.
Taylor, tell them about the Taroka reading.
I'm sorry, I spilled soup. Taroka reading. So, we were given, there were 4 cards on the outside of the square. Sorry. Richard was trying to lick soup. There were 4 cards on the corners, each for one of us. I don't particularly remember what anyone's was.
We'll get back into it.
They were fucked up. Anyways, there were 5 cards in the middle for the spread. The first card was the 3 of Stars, the Enchanter. It told about history, like knowledge that would be useful for us. You know, defeating Strahd, the ultimate enemy. We can only assume. It was she saw a kneeling woman. A rose of great beauty plucked too soon, and she was like, "Yeah, some marsh guy knows what that is." And we were like, "What the fuck is the Marsh Man?" And card 2 was the Master of Coins, the Rogue.
It's just Danny DeVito. That's
This
the
is
Marsh
basically a powerful force for good, something useful for us. It will be in a nest of ravens. Card 3 was the 7 of Stars, the Illusionist. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a blade of pure sunlight. There's a man that's not what he seems, and he comes here in a carnival wagon, and that's where we'll find the supposed weapon. Card 4 was the Mist. It basically tells us of a powerful ally that we will be able to find. It was a Vistana woman who has been wandering alone, searching for something she's lost. She's a bit of a vagabond, but right now she's apparently at Sin Markovia's Abbey near the Mist. And the final card was the Seer. We learned about our enemy with this one. He waits for us in a place of wisdom, warmth, and despair. Great secrets are hidden there, apparently. So that was our lovely Taroka reading. Vague, but gives us enough direction. But it's vague because it has to be, because it's fun.
Yeah, that is pretty much exactly where we left off as well. Yeah, keep in mind that Taroka reading, because I won't be giving you any hints along the way. Just remember what you're supposed to be looking out for, because the sort of outcome of the reading is slightly random. So your assets, your things that you could find to help, could be fucking anywhere.
Also, like, just because we have the Taroka reading saying that these are available to us doesn't mean that any of the other stuff is not available.
Exactly. It also doesn't mean that any of it's completely necessary. It's just, this is fate trying to help you out a little bit. But with that, I guess we'll just jump on in.
I'm guessing we all get an inspiration for that bad boy.
No, that's okay though. Maybe next time. I can't give you inspiration
notes for
every
nothing?
time. No, you took notes to better the rest of the campaign.
I know.
Night falls over Barovia as we see the small encampment of Vistani by the water, the only real source of light anywhere near the lake or indeed the surrounding lands. Even as darkness falls, the cheery folk around the bonfire still play music and talk as if completely unaware or unworried of the dangers in the surrounding forests. As our party settles in for their well-deserved rest, magic still stirs in the air as the light from Madame Ava's tent again flares brightly. I'm going to keep it nice and short with that one, because who wants to get their cards did first?
I think Mordecai would go first.
Okay.
Mordecai is a strong believer in this kind of thing.
All right. So, Mordecai, you're all kind of hanging out in the camp itself, finding your spots where you're going to settle in for the night. What is it that brings you back to her?
Mordecai is grateful for the direction, but he has his own questions that he wants answered. And he's hoping that whatever the cards tell her will provide some aid with his personal plights.
how do you go about approaching? Yeah.
So, I imagine the tent is just like you just kind of
Yeah.
push it open. Okay. What else would it be? What am I, stupid?
You knock
Right,
on
it's
the
a
Fucking
flap.
zipper on
It's
it.
a beaded curtain.
You knock on the flap, like
Yeah, like
thump
just hear-
thump. Whomp, 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 whomp.
I imagine Mordecai would kind of like clear his throat awkwardly to like make himself known before slowly opening the curtain to peer in.
You
Kinda
see
like
the
a
same.
round curtain.
Yeah, you see the same kind of thing, like this just kind of dimly lit tent with this old woman sitting behind the table. It's been maybe an hour or two, but she will kind of look up to you and say, Mordecai, welcome back. Here to tempt the fates again, are we?
Right, so you.
Please, come in.
Lots of questions. He'll kind of nod, just kind of fiddling with the lapels of his jacket, and just take a seat across from her.
Mhm.
We really appreciate you doing this for us, and I know you probably don't want the thanks because you enjoy this, but I figured I'd give it anyway.
We all have our curses, Mordecai. Mine is to see what cannot be, and see what may be.
Must be quite the burden.
Are we gonna move over to the other?
Yeah, let's
Screen
go
a
ahead and
sec.
move over.
I feel like I'm at the doctor.
Ooh,
I
that's
feel like I just like,
That's more fancy.
oh,
It's like a Venetian rug.
it's like when you and your sibling are at the dentist and it's like, who wants to go first? It's like, neither of us, I guess. I'm nervous about this, but I was like, I need to get this over with.
I see you have a card in your pocket.
I do.
Or are you just happy
it's the
to
only
see
card
me?
I've pre-selected because you all decided what cards you represent.
Yes.
So, she will kind of have you sit, and she says, you say you had questions. Tell me, what about?
He'll kind of wring his hands and look at her. Pretty stone-faced. And say, I believe you know what afflicts me.
I know only what the cards dare to tell. What's more important is what you seek to learn.
He'll kind of... I guess I want to know.
Uh-oh.
What?
The Taroka reading disappeared on the journal.
What?
Sorry, I know you probably have already written it. Probably pre.
Oh, it's all right. I have it elsewhere either way.
Yeah, it's just not showing up. Sorry.
I guess I want to know if I'll see either of them again, be it in this hell or in another life. And
The cards might be able to predict one's personal future, but to connect it to others, it's a difficult task.
I'll kind of nod and say, I guess I want to know more specifically if my affliction will hinder my compatriots' goals.
Very selfless, I say. She will pull a card from the deck and lay it out in front of you. Stop it.
I'm trying to like push
Get
my
out of here.
notes so I can see what's happening and like maneuver
Why did you
this.
delete it?
Yeah, get out of here.
Isaac's in every universe, even this one.
Fuck out of here, you fucking worm!
Um,
I grab him and throw him.
He's more
He
than
goes
that.
back in the river where he belongs. But
That's sad.
she will place a card in front of you and say, be warned, young one. As I've said before, once 'tis seen cannot be unseen.
I've seen a lot of things that I am not able to unsee. That just be adding to the list, I'm afraid.
Very well. This card is the heart.
Soup
The
juice.
heart of you. The core of what you are. The ghost. You're a wanderer. But why do you wander? Perhaps you flee. Something that's come before haunts you, stalks you like a beast. This card also represents someone returning to you, a favor to be repaid. But does anyone owe you a favor, Mordecai? She kind of lets that question sort of hang in the air as she goes to draw another. This card is the cross. The trader. Is that right? Yes, the
Yeah.
trader. I couldn't zoom in quite close enough.
I need to get my magnifying glass out.
The trader. It speaks of a clarification to your past, shall we say. This curse is not one that comes on you for no reason. The trader represents commerce, fair and equitable, but also treachery. Perhaps this curse is but a price to be paid. Or perhaps you are the commodity. A debt to be repaid. Perhaps a person in your past requires payment from you. Be it payment in kind. It is hard to say. The blood. This is what will be tested. The thief. When this card emerges, it speaks of hope. Hope for gain. But under unfortunate circumstances. There was something you had once. One of these you seek, I'd imagine. Hope for a family, perhaps? Under unfortunate circumstances? How came you by this family? I see theft. I see scavenging. I see a small boy in the back of a trader's cart, rooting for food. When the man discovers him, he is brought upon. Mordecai, you kind of have a flash to this little memory that you had that we actually saw, I want to say 2 sessions ago now. The silhouette of a man watching us root through someone's belongings. And instead of reprimanding, offering to buy food. A kindly man.
Michael, just to interrupt briefly.
Yes.
You said that the first card was the heart, the core of what you are. The second card you said was the cross, but you didn't say what it meant.
The cross is either something to clarify the core of yourself or a complication to that.
Okay, thank you.
The third card is the blood. What will be tested or what will be taken? This is known as the Broken Heart spread, by the way.
Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm
She
writing
pulls
it all
out one
down.
more card. The flesh. This is what you must sacrifice to continue on your journey. You think of yourself as strong, do you not?
My cringes.
One that might stand up against evil, for that's how you were taught, wasn't it? By this very man. You worked hard for it, but that isn't who you are, is it? This false image of yourself, the protector. What do you protect? Who do you protect? And is it from yourself or others? She pulls another. This is the face in the mists. Your potential, what you will become. I see along this path a person who forsakes the personal, the material. One who is comfortable alone, perhaps for fear of hurting those he is with. I see someone who stands at the precipice with no one beside him. No one but the memories of what he has left behind. The bone. This is what is lost. You lose sight of your natural self. You lose the balance of your passions, of your humors, by cutting yourself off from the world. You leave yourself a shell. Though that may deaden the curse you suffer, at what cost does it come? Tell me, Mordecai, what is it you are so afraid of? What is it that you would cast yourself out to keep hidden?
I'll kind of sit there, look down at the cards, look to the corner of the tent, to the other corner, look at the ground. I don't want to hurt anyone innocent again. I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be a monster. I hunt monsters. I shouldn't be one. I shouldn't.
You fear what you are, at the risk of destroying all that you were. The cards. Draw another. Do it.
Make sure you. Oh, I can't say it. Damn it.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Drag it out. She will take it. She'll place it over the cross. a mirror. What you fear you are. You fear you know the end of things. You fear you know which way this road winds. So much so that you stop all else. What is to happen if you find him again? What do you fear will happen if you find him again? Do you fear he'll cast you out again? Or are you certain of it? There's one thing I know. Fate can be changed. If you continue on this road, you'll be more monster than any beast that you fight. Without feeling, without thought, cold-blooded. All for fear of that gift which has been given you. Every curse is a blessing. Every blessing a curse. It depends whether you're strong enough to bear it. Does that answer your questions? Or just raise more? She kind of smiles a little gleefully at that.
He's not smiling. That would actually clarify quite a bit. And he looks shaky. Don't take my anxiety the wrong way. I'm very thankful for these answers you've given me. Insights. I should be going. I have a lot to think about.
She just gives you a little bit of a nod, and she will silently regather her cards.
He'll give her a curt nod, and when he stands, he will bow and say, "Thank you. Good night," and quietly step out.
Next.
I will
Y'all
have
gonna
you.
take notes on your own?
I actually transcribed the whole speech.
Me
Jesus
too.
Christ.
So it's alright. I already added it to the Taroka reading, so I'll do it for everybody.
Oh no.
You just might have to do it on the iPad because that's really loud for
I
us.
didn't hear it.
Well, I told Jesse to mute himself.
Oh,
I put my microphone very far away.
Oh, okay.
And when I was typing gently, but once I muted, I was just aggressively
Oh,
typing.
okay.
But my microphone is like away from me.
There you go.
I spilled soup all over myself.
Soup.
So
That's
Okay.
what the prediction said.
Who's going
What
next?
will be
Free
lost?
soup.
I am a monster.
I want to go last, so.
Oh, that's spicy of you.
Mm.
I can go next.
same spread, I'm guessing.
It'll be the same spread, yes. So we don't need to deal with how what is it? How you sorry. How Cassia sees Mordecai walking out of the tent. We can kind of discuss that a little bit later. But over the course of just at some point over the course of this night, this is all during your long rest. Basically, you don't have to be sleeping for 8 straight hours. How do you find yourself approaching the tent?
She tries to go in quietly, not wanting to necessarily interrupt anything.
As she like even begins to like approach opening the tent, you hear Ava from inside say, "Is it another one? Cassia, my dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Come along."
And she'll step on in.
You poor thing. Come to hear what the mists have to say.
I would like to know if I'm going on the right path.
As do we all. Tell me, what is it you seek to learn? What is it you fear to learn?
With this group, will I be able to fulfill my goals?
Let us consult. And she will, you get the sense that she's almost biting her tongue for a second as she says that. She's like, all right, let's see. As she pulls the first card before you've even finished sitting, which she will flip and say, the heart, the core of you, the evoker. I see one with much power, untapped potential. Wherefore comes that power? The strength to raise armies, should you like. But I see something else. The cross. The raven. The raven speaks of hidden information. A fortunate turn. Secret potentials. Did a raven knock on your window, I wonder? Did a raven hear your cries? There's something secret about you. Something so very familiar. To continue on your path, you will be tested. The blood, what may be taken from you. The guild member speaks of like-minded individuals joined together in common goal, or a great pride in the individual. Which one might it be that is tested? The group or the person? And how may one have pride in something delivered by Raven? How may one trust their like-minded friends when the Raven looms watching? That is your test. The flesh. What ye must give up.
Roll.
Executioner. The end. The end of all. Imminent death. Swift justice. That is what you seek, is it not? An end to those that hurt you. Vengeance. Or something else. Is it an end to all? And by whose hand? The flesh is something that must be sacrificed. Else the fates may not look kindly upon you. But can you give up the one thing you've always wanted? The face in the mist. What you will become. The seer.
Sorry, I can't help it. It's interesting.
That's why I muted myself. I'm like, oh.
Inspiration, keen intellect, knowing the future. That is what will be if you continue on your current path. If you can give up that which you seek, enlightenment, clarity, unclouded by darkness. And the bone, what will be left behind. There is one that leads you astray, that would tempt you into dark things. But have you the heart to make a name for yourself? Have you the heart to question the raven? Do you even know if you could? Tell me, child, what does it promise you?
Do I have to say? It seems that you know most things about me.
I ask for yourself, your own sake. I merely interpret whatever is being promised. Be sure that it's worth your lack of clarity in the end. Be sure that it's worth the execution. I merely see what I can. I speak with no one's mouth but the mist's. Tell me, child, if you see it again, the beast that set you on this path, not the one who tempted you with power, the one who ended your line, the one that drove you into refuge. Will you be able to stay your hand? Do you care to?
I doubt it's going to sway me after all these years.
Headstrong. You'll need that to combat the oncoming storm. I leave you with a moment of advice. Where do your whispers come from? As she calmly wipes the board.
No seventh card?
She'll sigh and stand up. I come from a place that will free this land and all those who are suffering within. Even you, follower of the mist.
I don't doubt it. There's a reason you've been brought here. You'll do it. Of that I have no doubt.
I'm sure of it. And without another beat, she'll turn to leave.
Okay. These are very dour. They're a lot more dour than the test readings I did for myself earlier, but that's what the cards want.
Oh, no.
That's what the heart of the cards say.
Heart of the
That's what the
cards.
heart of the cards
are,
says.
Are you shuffling them each time?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I have them on auto shuffle.
Ooh, auto shuffle.
Riley,
Yeah?
how do you find yourself approaching the tent?
He's probably sitting closest to the tent and watching everybody go in. And every time he wants to, like, stand up and go, like,
Yeah.
but then somebody goes in. And then when it's, like, late enough that he feels like everybody's, like, asleep, maybe, or taking a nap, that's when he goes in.
Okay, that's valid. There's definitely a moment for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the microphone away, and I'll bring
Yes.
it back when you ask me questions. But
That's
I will be in transcribe mode.
Mm,
I got Kastia's already in the Conca too.
Good Lord, bless you. Because I didn't write any of this down.
Well, you'll have it too now. So
You're doing really fucking well, by the way.
Thank you.
Like, you're doing phenomenally. These improv skills.
Thank you. Okay. Riley, how do you enter? I can hear you. You're fine.
by probably sort of like ducking under, and then his hat gets knocked off, and then he has to go back out to get his hat, and then he has to hold it at his side,
Mm-hmm.
and he's worrying at the brim of it before he just kind of plops down.
Hello there. Come to hear what the fates have in store. Then let's begin. Yeah. we should-
No, he's not even gonna say anything. He's just gonna wait.
Yeah, she will just say, then let's begin. And she won't even ask you any questions up front. She's curious to see what the cards will say. She flips the first, the heart, the marionette. You walk with presence of one in control of their faculties. This card speaks of another, one that has set you on your course, one that demands your obedience, one that pulls your strings. The cross. The transmuter.
Sorry, that was not right. Just me being a weirdo. This is exciting. I like it.
Discovery of something unforeseen. Something is different than you expected, than even you knew before. that even you know now. A changer of appearance, of motive, perhaps. Something new to discover about yourself, perhaps, in the future. The blood, that which will be tested or lost. The Dark Lord.
I spelled. Sorry, I have to put this out. I spelled Lord Lord, just like how you said it.
Lord. This card speaks of one that stands above all, powerful, dangerous, whose goals have far-reaching consequences. If you are the puppet of this person, this false person, what consequences will you wreak upon the world? I see flame. I see coldness. You failed your first test, and you will be tested again and again. The flesh, that which you must willingly relinquish. The swashbuckler. A swashbuckler, one who loves material, one who is given adoration, but also one controlled by greed or envy, a false friend. Methinks these two, the flesh and blood, are one. You must relinquish that is false to you. One that feels a friend, but pulls your strings and leads you to chaos. Hello, Nessie. I love you, but you gotta get off my keyboard.
A cat just jumps on top of the table and just spreads all over the cards.
Fuck off. She will lay out another card. The face in the mists. Your true self. The elementalist. No longer a person, but a force. A triumph of nature over the world. The cruelty and ambivalence of flame, of water, of earth, of air. A force only to destroy. That is your goal. Or perhaps the goal set out for you. The bone, what will be left behind. The dictator. When you are burnt and gone, when you are spent, when the force of nature has overtaken all that will remain, the flesh, the blood, the bone, all one and the same, presiding over the charred ashes of what you have wrought. Methinks, young one, you're more like a puppet than you think. What is it that's inside that drives a person forward? What is it in that pit you feel you lack? She has it. And with that, she will kind of shake off that last comment and very quickly sweep away the cards. All right. Luke,
Yes.
how do you find yourself approaching Madame Ava's tent?
I imagine that during the waking hours, Luke basically was up and about trying to make friends with the Vistani and whatnot, engaging in their stories and drinks and whatnot. Then kind of watched as kind of one person after another kind of went into the tent. Just for shiggles, what was Mordecai's and Cassia's looks on their faces as they came out?
Dressed. Angry and trying to whisper to something that's not there.
Okay. So that's probably what causes a lot of hesitancy for him to go at that point. And then like when he's, I don't know where the fuck we were sleeping for the night.
We probably have our own like tents and stuff like that. They're probably shitty, but we probably have our own sleeping bags and shit.
Bedrolls or something.
You have bedrolls, yes. Tents, not so much, but
Don't
it's
worry,
a
I
safe
can
enough
make
camp.
something. I can make something using my little.
Can you make a
feature that I
tiny?
have.
Can you make a tiny hut?
I can make a little leaf camps. Yeah.
Mordecai
okay.
knows how to make lean-tos.
There
Okay.
you go.
So I assume that when everyone went to sleep, Luke was already having issues sleeping based on what he saw before, and then he kind of hears Riley get up and go. And then when he hears Riley come back, what's Riley's expression?
The same as usual. Maybe just like his eyebrows are a little bit higher, as he more or less looks up and around,
Okay.
as if he's looking for something.
Interesting. That's a great divergence from usual.
That's the best way I could describe it.
So I imagine Luke waits for Riley to kind of eventually get back to sleeping, even though he doesn't really sleep, and he'll kind of eventually go off. But like he doesn't like go directly towards like the door. Like he's like thinking to himself, and then he almost like he does like a perimeter around the tent once, and then like he's half ready to turn back to his bedroll when he's probably by the door, probably like after like a third time circling around the tent.
You catch a waft of something floral from inside the tent.
Looks back towards it, and eventually he'll kind of
Guess it's
tell Kuda to shut the fuck up.
I will tell her to stop.
And he'll, I guess, go over to the flap and kind of speak. My apologies. It's quite early. Kind of like looks off into the distance, and I dare say it's almost dawn.
Why do you apologize? Unless you fear what you might say.
Oh no, I was just going to say I wasn't sure if you were asleep or not. And kind of like abruptly
Vegetation,
like
previously.
opens the tent and kind of looks at her and like the whole schlemiel, and he kind of sighs. He's like, "You'll have to. Never mind. I'm not particularly used to this kind of thing. Someone used to tell me about it, and he's gonna ramble."
She will quietly listen.
Yeah, he rambles about how he wasn't raised with this kind of thing. Even his mom didn't really like touch on stuff like this. And then again, once he's done, he's like, "So, do I touch them, or is that a no?"
Sit.
Thank you. And he'll sit.
She will place the deck in front of her. And she will say, "You speak as one who tries to steer his life as best he can. And so I say to you, please, pick your cards."
Oh, thank you. I'm assuming the first card he pulls is the one that's already there.
Card is the one that you pull, yeah.
You're like, I want to do it.
I'm gonna flip the card. Flip the card.
Broken one. Defeated. Failed. You've lost something. Something great. More, I dare say, than even you speak of or perhaps realize. Your home. Your family. Those close to you. The heart. She gestures to the card.
And he'll take it. Do I just draw one?
You could just literally pull from the deck.
Pull, drag.
I'll be the one that flips them, though.
Okay, yeah, by all means.
Simply because it's taken me forever to get the movement here. The cross.
Like a typical kind of cross, and then he just stops and looks to see what you pulled.
Merchant.
He tips his head.
Merchant.
Oh.
There is something to your loss. Nothing random, I should think. The world rarely works in random chance. A business opportunity, deceitful, dangerous, led you to your loss, to more than one. Your life has been nothing but a gamble. And the cards you do not hold.
So you'd say that someone else was gambling with my life?
Trading, perhaps, as one would a commodity.
Well, I know who that is. And he just kind of goes to reach for another card.
She'll put her hand on the deck before you can reach it and say,
Just got more to say.
I think you don't. Not truly. And she will draw the next card. The blood. What will be tested? What may be lost? You're a man of inner strength, of fortitude. Had you been cultivated to survive these hardships? You fight for power, for wealth, but not for yourself, for a cause. And like a mercenary, your sword is for hire. Purchased by that whose symbol you wear. A holy avenger, do you think yourself?
Do you want me to answer honestly?
She will just like lay her hands bare, please.
I don't think I'm... Well, let's just say maybe there's a change of faith or worries, and maybe not in the light itself, but just in maybe its purpose.
Like a mercenary. Always questioning whether or not the job they've taken is one that is just. Yet you soldier on. That is your test for now. The flesh. That which you must willingly sacrifice.
Oh, fuck! Fuck!
Priest. Enlightenment. A higher purpose. A system. This is the system you serve, is it not? His holy light and his organized church.
Is it truly his, or is it the people that run it?
That is a question for you to answer. Either the priest or the priesthood must be sacrificed. I am merely to interpret. It is vague. Vaguer than perhaps it should be. She firmly draws a card. Face in
I
a mist.
imagine like Luke is like about to reach and he's like, okay, I guess I'm not touching my cards anymore.
She's getting interesting vibes
Uh-huh.
Vibe
from the
check.
reading so far.
Okay.
And she's kind of taking them into her hands for the moment.
Sure. No, that's fine.
Yeah. This is what you will become. An illusionist.
A magician? I'm supposed to stop being a priest, cleric, and start being a magician?
You become one who hides your true self. One who is one way to the world and another privately. We all wear masks. But this grand conspiracy,
Shut the fuck up, Taylor.
a life of deceit. But why? For this purpose, or for the cause of the man who brought you in?
Can we stop talking about him? I was so sort of hoping to, possibly never even see him again at what I was planning on doing, but okay, an illusionist. Luke looks
Yeah,
like
go ahead.
very distraught almost at all of this.
Yeah. She gestures to the deck, as if asking you to draw your final card.
All right. He kind of grabs it and he puts it over here because he doesn't know where it's supposed to go.
Yeah. She will slide it with your hand into its spot. The bone. That which will be left after all 'tis done.
I take over!
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I become a crazy serial killer.
Dismantle the system.
I told you,
And
Julian.
become the system.
I'm gonna become the
Justice
serial killer
route.
and literally take over the church.
Bishop. One that leads a very strict adherence to code, to belief.
Serial killer.
Luke looks very confused.
How did this predict fucking blood debt?
I literally did. So I'm supposed to give a priesthood, become a weird illusionist person with masks, and then I'm supposed to go back? Is that what they're saying?
The cards merely say what may be. Methinks that perhaps his goals for you were not too different than your own.
I don't know. He shakes his head. I don't want to talk about him. I was supposed
Who would you rather speak about?
His brows kind of like they crinkle at that. It doesn't matter because he's dead.
Doesn't it? The dead stay with us, and in Barovia they stay far longer than they're welcome.
Quirks a brow at that. Unfortunately, he died elsewhere, not here.
She draws a card.
Oh, shit.
And flips it without saying anything.
Oh, God. What the fuck?
Healer.
These are so fucking on the nose. Holy shit.
And we all got pretty much like different cards.
We did.
She looks at it for a moment and then inverts it.
Oh, I was wondering if you were gonna do inverted cards.
Flips it back. Just kind of rotates it for a little bit. Hello, darling. I was doing some inverted cards. I just literally didn't want to like flip some of them. If it was real cards, then yeah, we would do it properly. But she says, "This man, tell me of his fate."
Kind of like straightens up a little bit. We were going to go on a pilgrimage. He was very intent on finding something to, I guess, put the final nail in the coffin and to get me to leave the church. And something happened. It didn't even happen at the place we were supposed to go to. We were attacked on the road and nothing made sense. I lost consciousness. And when I woke up, he was already dead.
The healer speaks of recovery, but it also speaks of illness, spreading, a contagious disease, a blight and a curse. It could speak of what he saw in the church, or it could speak of how he was seen.
Luke blinks at that and kind of his eyes snap up at her. Can you do an insight?
Do it.
It's probably gonna be hard. That's a 19. Let's go, gamers.
You get she speaks with this kind of calm mystery about her that's like, is she speculating, or does she know, or is she reading into things based on what you have said? Because Luke has spoken the most of anybody, which is stuff that she's been able to kind of pull from.
Recontextualize.
It's what you're supposed to do in a reading.
Yeah. And she, with a 19, you catch moments where you could tell that she's looking into your eye, your bad eye, for moments before she makes proper eye contact with you again.
So sorry, sometimes it rolls around and kind of like he tries to like move it, not knowing if it's moving in the right way or not.
Yeah.
Um,
Just for audience clarity, is this a glass eye or
Yes.
is it just a okay?
It's a
I thought it
glass
was
eye.
just like a dead eye, like a cataract at,
no,
at a
it's a
certain
glass
but no,
eye.
it is literally a false eye.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. She says, "You have been bought and have paid the price. But others may have paid more dear."
He looks like sad and again very conflicted at that. And if there was any way I could undo it, I would. Thank you. The sun's come up. I should probably go. Thank you.
She will give you a nod and quietly clear the table.
He kind of gets up, and Luke, having seen everyone else's expressions going out the tent, he already like has an idea of how his own face looks as he gets out. I'm gonna say, because of what I had said throughout the whole course of the night, Luke didn't sleep.
Okay. Doesn't mean you didn't necessarily rest.
Mhm.
So I'll let you take the long rest
Okay,
and then maybe make a decision later
sure.
in the future. But you all, finish your rests in one way or another until eventually you will all awaken to the sounds of shouting. The sounds of shouting coming from the direction of Ava's tent. And you hear it plain as day as you're kind of rousing yourselves, and you say, no, that it can't be. That it is not right. That is not how it will be. As Irina comes from the tent, angry.
I suppose yours didn't go well either. Luke will kind of say from the I guess, like, is there like a feeding breakfast pit, or like, is that where everyone's hanging out at?
Sure, yeah, like around the bonfire, which has kind of died down over the night.
Hmm.
She speaks as if she knows me, saying these things as if they will be true. That they won't come to pass.
I think the whole point is that it's up to us if whether or not those things are supposedly gonna happen.
Well, what did she say, dear?
She spoke of that I am not myself, that I am not who I think I am. I know who I am.
Does anybody truly know who they are?
Maybe she
Yes.
means that in a good way. There's more potential for you to get stronger, more confidence, become more than just the burgomaster's daughter.
Or did she mean it in a spiritual sense?
I don't know. I don't.
It's not going
She's-
to be directly clear.
Well,
think
I will
you
make
should-
sure that it is that way. I know who I am. And no one can take that from me.
Then see that it doesn't happen. That's the point of the readings.
You need to remember, people change over the years. No one's just stagnant.
I'm sorry, I just...
Here. And Luke will kind of pat a spot nearby. We have some... That is meat, right? Breakfast meat?
Oh yeah, it's wolf. Well, I mean, it's the closest thing to breakfast meat you can get out here.
Food before we go back on the road.
But yeah, she will kind of settle in. Ismark will look a little bit kind of visibly uncomfortable at the situation, but kind of shrug it off and, dig into the stew that has been prepared. This massive pot, like this vat of stew that everybody's sharing from. And Stanimir, the man who just spoke, will kind of walk over to the group of you and say,
Well, looks like you all took a visit to the madam, did you?
More
Yes.
stew.
That much I like.
and he'll take it and he'll start kind of ladling more stew into your bowl, and he'll say,
Don't worry. It's always doom and gloom and this too shall pass and that and the other. Try to take it as lightly as you can. I think she likes to scare newcomers, to be perfectly honest. But in any case, you'll be hitting the road soon enough, won't you? Or will you be staying another day with us?
I think one of our own has someone to look for to see if they're still alive.
Is that right? Remind me, did we speak of this before? I was a bit,
Drunk.
yeah, just a bit.
No. One of the daughters from my encampment happened to want to go see the falls, and she hasn't been seen since. And it's been a few days considering the fact that I was knocked out.
Bistani girl.
Yes.
Someone's in trouble.
Well, I'm afraid I haven't seen any newcomers out round here, but if you're talking about going down to the basin, well, it's just up that way.
and he will kind of point off toward the road, continuing on the footpath basically.
But if you're looking to, well, once you're done, that is, if you're looking to get back to Valaki Way, well, you're going to have to make it back to the crossroads. I'm afraid there's no real other way up the ravine other than to take the incline and go across the bridge. Do you have any information about her? Anything else I might be able to help you with? I will say, not that I've seen her, to be perfectly frank.
I'll just give a general description of what she looks like.
Yeah, no, I can't say that I've seen her. We don't really tend to get many kids around these parts. A little bit more for the, well, the folks out your way. But, well, best of luck. Hopefully you find her, and, well, you'll have to come back this way anyway, so, come on in, and, if you like, we can see about trying to get you one of those potions.
He just kind of says surreptitiously, and he says,
But anyway, wonderful night was had. You're all lovely company, and best of luck on your journey.
And if Navash, the leader of my camp, comes by looking for his daughter, tell him that I'm still looking for her.
I'll send him your message. Don't get too much communication from our brothers to the west, but we'll do what we can.
If he's desperate enough.
Aye, desperate times and all. But I'll keep an eye out, and 2 ears, as often as I can. And with that, he will kind of leave you all to it. At this point, you got 2 options. Go back to the crossroads and make to cross the river, which I'll show you. I'll give you some pings
Cross
here
the
on
road.
We have to ford the river.
No, you don't have to ford the river, no.
Oh.
Because
Look at this big ass map.
This is a big map.
you guys are here.
There's a-
Can you see my ping?
Yeah.
Yes, this
no,
is very.
hold on. Start it.
It's a very big map.
Oh god, you can't even fucking see that. Never mind.
There you go. If you follow the river to the west, you will end up going under this bridge to the place where the falls empty out into. That is, when people are talking about going to see the falls, that's what they're talking about. Not like stand up above the, but in order to
Wait.
continue on.
Is that Homeboy's castle?
Yep.
Fuck, we could have seen that shit from here.
Yeah, you could have. In order to continue on to Vallaki, you will need to make your way back to the crossroads and take the route up into the mountains through the forest and across the bridge. So you can do both, obviously. Just letting you know that if you go down to the basin of the falls, you'll have to make the trek back through the Vistani camp. Now, I've literally mapped out the travel times here. It's not as bad as it looks. Take you back to take you down to the basement or the basin where the fall's empty. Take you an hour, moving at a normal pace. An hour back to the Vistani camp. 3 hours from there to the bridge. And then there are a few other places you can go. Obviously, there's the castle, but we will deal with that when we make it across the bridge, basically. And I'll give you the rest of the travel times. Basically, you're getting an early enough start that if you wanted to, and you were quick enough, you could get all the way to Vallaki before night falls.
I think that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Do we want to come back to the falls?
I guess, like, we hear so much about the falls and how the body supposedly drifted away, like, they fought by the falls.
It drifted down the river, though.
Yeah, that's where they've seen the ghost.
That is upriver, what you're pinging.
Oh, okay.
The river goes from west to east.
Oh, so...
Well, Michael's saying that we have time to hit both places.
What I'm saying,
Yeah.
is even if you go down to the basin and back and up to the bridge and down the thing, it will take you about 9 hours to reach Vallaki. So you can do it in a day if there are no major hang-ups. But there's nothing wrong with camping on the road. It's just when you camp on the road, I need to roll random encounters to see if one occurs. Which they can still be avoided. They can still be non-combat related. It's just, when you camp in the wilderness, you might
Things
have to deal with the
happen.
wilderness. There you go. So, do we want to continue on to the Falls Basin, or do we want to just go back up to the road and see what we can see from the bridge while we try to cross it? This is kind of Kassia's territory because, she's the one who was looking for somebody.
Yeah.
We should go to the basin.
I agree. I say fuck it.
Go for
Let's
it.
go find child and or corpse.
I was gonna say, you mean
Wild.
a corpse?
Wow.
It wouldn't be a corpse at this point. It'd be bones.
Don't
This would be a
have
good time
animate
to
the dead yet,
take a quick
so-
break, too, so you can roll.
No, I don't need to roll for anything right now.
Okay.
I always pre-roll for the session. I just want to, if you were to suddenly camp, I have my table.
Okay.
If you need a bio break,
Where's
we can do
Kat?
that, but I'm okay. I know, she's over there. She's over there. But I will just continue on. You follow the river to the base of a canyon, at the far end of which a great waterfall spills into a pool, billowing forth clouds of cold mist. A great stone bridge spans the canyon nearly 1,000 feet overhead. As you move further, you hear the unmistakable sound of a raven cawing loudly from a low-hanging branch ahead of you.
Mordecai will kind of mumble, Raven's Nest.
keep an eye out.
It continues to crow as you walk along, kind of louder the closer you get.
Can I roll a perception check?
Please.
It's just birds being funky.
It's a bird. It's pissed off at something. Probably
Yeah, that's
you.
probably.
Probably you.
Can I roll a perception?
Sure.
Probably.
Nope, I'm too distracted.
Bird.
I'm not gonna roll it because I only have a 0 modifier, and I think Riley is more looking for
Thank you.
something around his head.
Cool. With a 17, yeah, you kind of eyeball the raven, and see it kind of like curiously looking at all of you the way that birds do. And you look up ahead, and it is, I will say, pretty significantly misty, mostly because of the waterfall happening. It's not like the spooky mist on the edge of the world. But you can see way out there, and we're talking like another quarter mile at least, maybe even more. You see near the base of the waterfall what appears to be a couple of figures standing near the basin. Can't make anything out from this distance, though.
Can I?
She'll point out the figures, even if they
Right.
can't see.
Well, once you point it out, others can kind of squint and see it.
I'll try to go get a closer look. Just be careful, okay?
Okay.
And Mordecai will try and skulk through the woods.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
And even quicker, he becomes the rogue.
Okay, wow. Goddamn. How does it feel to have a stealthy fucking character? You kind of make your way up toward where you can step off into the brambles. And the raven kind of like tilts its head to watch you go and then turns to the rest of you almost quizzically, almost like seeing if you guys are going to do anything, but has noticed that you've stopped and is
I'll
a little
trust
bit
that motherfucker.
I
quieter.
want to look at it.
Can I detect magic on this
I'm just
thing?
gonna stare at it.
Roll
You
an
can,
insight on it.
If you use detect magic, you do not detect magic.
I'm gonna have a blinking contest with the raven.
It will look like it will lock eyes with you and just kind of caw loudly a couple of times
Well,
and then just kind of fly off.
Michael, would Cassia know any like symbols of Strahd?
I will say the
Omens?
the family crest of the von Zarovich family is the raven. That's what you would know based on the question that you just asked. But Mordecai, I'm sorry, did Riley just crow back at the bird? Nice. It speaks your language and it comes and it kisses you. Mordecai.
Just as in pets.
They make love upon the falls.
You skulk your way through the woods stealthily as you can, and yeah, as you get closer, you will see a person sitting near the fall, like in like a fold-out chair. No, but not with any arms or anything.
Vibing.
Right? No, not like a reclining
fold-out chair.
No, it's just like a straight up like a terrible little chair that you would put outside, like for like what an artist would use when they go out to paint a landscape.
Like this shitty little stool.
Yeah, like that kind of thing. You see sitting near the fall with a book is a statuesque woman with dark skin and long braided hair. She wears very fine clothes and is adorned in jewelry. As she sits with her book, a squat figure in a thick hooded cloak holds an umbrella above her head, trying feebly to keep the flecks of water from soaking her.
Oh no!
Vampire.
Bam.
Rich bitch.
She is a rich bitch. But you are not seen.
Can I roll an insight check
Sure.
to get kind of a vibe? Never mind.
Or
Fuck
like
me,
a-
I guess.
Are you trying to
It's
sense
a fair
like,
lady.
Yeah, it's just some lady and her servant, and she's just sitting by the falls reading a book.
Is there anything like on the ground around them? Like,
Roll
is there
investigation.
any like?
Not that you see.
Any like symbols, like
You can maybe get a slight peek at the book that she's reading, and it appears to be like just a straight up book, like a novel of some kind, a book.
okay. Mordecai will just kind of furrow his brows and skulk back towards the party.
The raven flew away.
I don't trust them anyway. There's a very wealthy-looking woman reading a book by the falls.
What kind of book?
What kind of book did you say it was? I'm sorry, I completely.
It's probably like a fiction, like a novel of some
just
kind.
to like one of the novellas you get at like fucking Dollar General with the hot men on it. That's what I'm imagining. Like a Fabio book, you know?
It's
You
a
mean one of
book that
these
is
books.
One of these books.
yeah. It's a book that is being read for leisure.
Exactly.
A fictional tale.
Yeah.
Just
Not a
some
textbook
sort of,
or an arcane tome of any kind.
just some sort of a fiction book. She had a servant holding an umbrella for her while she read.
I like books. Riley starts walking.
Hey,
Luke
don't-
will kind of grab the back of his cloak.
Looks down to my own arcane book.
We need to let them know we're approaching so we don't potentially get ambushed or got.
I guess the question is that should we even approach what might look to be very wealthy people? They might not take very well to us.
Well, I could
That's
just go
not-
over there and start messing with it. See if anything happens.
Yes, Syncasia.
I wouldn't suggest messing, but
I don't think messing. Look,
If
I'm
you-
just saying.
if you think that it helps finding your one of your village members, he just kind of just tightens his grip onto the robes. Then
Look.
by all means.
Would you like me to scare her off or just ask her questions?
No, I just like to. We want to see the falls just like anybody else. Let's just go.
All right.
Also, not to be, paranoid or anything, but there was a raven. Not a nest, but raven. And with that, he'll kind of quietly start walking. Not trying to hide his footsteps by any means.
Mm-hmm. Luke will let go of Riley by that point. And I think he'll kind of say as he starts walking with Mordecai, well, considering that Lord Awful Dark Vampire Lord showed up in broad daylight the other day,
Lord Mr. Dark.
I'm sure that he's probably watching us as we speak.
So
I
probably
have no
don't call
doubt
him
that
Lord
he's-
Mr. Dark Awful Vampire Lord.
I have no
Look,
doubt
Luke's-
that he's
Luke's not feeling
wasting
good
some
right
of
now.
his resources on us.
Lord Mr. Dark Vampire Man.
Mordecai will kind of call as they get closer, like, hello there.
What ho?
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello there!
Good day.
What's
We'll just
all
kind of
this
call
now?
out a
Yeah.
simple greeting.
Cool. As you do so, she'll kind of raise her head, kind of quizzically, like didn't expect to see anybody come by today. But she tilts her head as she sees you all approach and eyes you momentarily, and from whatever distance off, she'll give you a slight nod of acknowledgement, and returns to her book.
Okay.
I guess we'll investigate the falls, but Riley's definitely not going to investigate the falls.
Riley's investigating that fucking book. I mean, if she doesn't push
Reading is essential.
or talk, Mordecai will go to investigate the falls, just kind of like,
Imagine like Luke slept with Cassia for a moment, and then he goes, "Where do you want to investigate?"
Well, your brother goes and tries to steal her book. I was going to ask her if she's seen anybody.
Make sure he doesn't steal the book, and I'll help Mordecai then.
Like
And break.
this buddy system.
It's great.
Do
But
you
yeah,
have
you-
your exit buddy?
You make your way over to her, and she will just kind of pleasantly continue with her reading. You see like the hood on the cloaked like squat figure, almost like a dwarf in stature, maybe a little taller.
Igor.
Kind of just like turns a little bit to notice people are coming, but doesn't really do anything else. I'll let Cassius start.
Well, good morning, dear.
She will look up and say, "Good morning. Must say I'm surprised to see others out here so early."
Well, we had a head start. And I've made it my mission to come visit. I've been in here for a while, actually.
I never seen the falls.
You haven't?
No, she's saying to you, and never seen the falls. You've been here so long and never seen the falls.
No, she hasn't been here in a while, is what she's trying to say.
Oh, I see. Okay, we're gonna take two. But she'll say,
Yes, this is a private place of mine. Just a good place to get away from all of it, don't you think?
It's a serene scape, yes. Has your peacefulness been disturbed? I heard that one of my friend's children had wandered off towards the falls.
Oh, I'm afraid I never saw anyone here. I'm here often enough that I feel I may have noticed. But do you happen to know anything about this person?
She's a young traveler.
Well, I do hope that you find her safe and sound. All I know is, well, I haven't seen her or any sign of her on my way here.
Alright. Can I roll an insight?
"Yes, you may."
I don't know what a girl is.
Checks out.
I mean, yeah, I won't even say anything. What you heard is what you heard. Riley, yeah, you're kind of coming up to be a nuisance. And you just, like, this lady is just kind of talking very nicely. It seems like she's not deliberately trying to hide anything. Except maybe the book that she's reading as she sees you getting a little bit closer.
Riley's just like sort of tilting his head so that he can see the binding to see if there's like a title on the binding or on the cover. Or is there a book cover on this thing?
There is a cover, and she will notice you and say, "Hello there," and just kind of raise the book a little bit that you might see it a bit easier. And it says, "A history of the lands of Barovia and beyond."
It is a history book. You lied.
Well, I mean, it didn't have pictures.
Leisure.
It's for leisure. What else do they have?
I mean, what's Mordecai gonna do? Like, walk up and be like, "Did you
Yeah.
say
Fucking get out your binoculars.
history book?" Get out my magnifying glass.
I mean, Cassie goes over her tome for leisure.
I mean, my toes.
Fucking dweebs.
Oh my.
You, Riley, as you get kind of close enough to like look at the book, you hear a slight grumble from the squat figure next to you, almost a growl, like territorial, but like it's
Excuse me,
very
Gollum?
quiet. Like,
I like books.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
I do too. It's why I come here to
Be alone.
to look at the weird turtles that are soft shelled and also
Shut
have
the
a
fuck up.
giant fucking
Those weird
neck.
funny
Those-
noises. But she will say,
That's why I come here to be alone, to read. Like I said, to get away from it all.
To be alone. Fuck off.
I do the same thing.
What's your favorite book?
Anatomy books.
After my own heart.
I like to know how things work.
she'll kind of like smile at that, kind of like, okay, that's kind of cool. Somebody else, somebody like-minded, she thinks. And she says, the medicinal arts are always quite fascinating, I find.
Civil arts.
I think it's interesting because you can figure out what is the bare minimum something needs to work.
And at what point you can exceed that minimum.
I always check to make sure that the books are right.
What is your name?
Riley,
Ludmilla. I have a feeling you and I are quite alike.
I don't know about that. You don't have horns.
No, I don't.
She thinks he's funny.
The more that you're kind of talking, the more you kind of hear this low grumble coming from this man beside you. But she will, at that kind of point, just kind of like look at you pleasantly, Riley, and smile and shut her book and say, I'm afraid you've caught me just as I was about to leave. Very nice to meet you, Riley, and, looks at Cassia.
Cassia.
Cassia. Lovely.
She will like for kind of a moment, like she looks at Riley, who's kind of leaned in a little bit, and she will reach up very slightly and just kind of move some hair out of the way that was kind of falling in your face. Maybe try to get a closer look at your glowing eyes. And for any spelling that you need, Ludmilla, Ludmilla.
She's still evil.
What do you fucking mean? What are you talking about?
This bitch got evil vibes all over her.
Wow. Castlevania screenshots are going through the Discord.
Trust
rapid
no
fire.
one!
Acting just like her.
Well, she
There are two other ones too.
yeah, she does that. She kind of moves your hair out of the way and smiles and closes her book and stands, and will say that kind of step off line, which is, oh, I was just about to leave, whoops, and just say, I really do wish you the best of luck in your search and your studies. And with that, she will kind of turn and begin to walk. At which point the squat figure will reach down, grab the seat, and like ka-chunk, fold it back up and hobble off after her.
Wait.
And I do mean
perception.
hobble.
What's under the hood?
Go ahead, roll me. Yeah, let's make it perception or investigation.
Wait.
Can I use my dark vision better?
No. Riley calls out after her. She turns.
Where are you from? Do you have more books?
I have many books. I'm sure that we can speak again at some point.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Just come into my dungeon where there's
Come
lots
into
of
my
books.
scary, not scary at all, castle.
I don't trust anybody in this game now.
Oh, you did in the first place? What do you mean now?
But she will
trust me,
kind of
Mrs.
give you a little nod and then continue walking. With a 6 perception, you see nothing about the funny little hooded man.
When she walks away, Riley's gonna turn to Cassia. She didn't tell me where she's from.
This is probably either from the village we're going to, or she's a maiden from the castle.
If she was from Wallachia, I think she would have said.
We'll cut over now to Luke and Mordecai, who are doing a look at things.
What a look.
You're using your peepers. Tell me
Jeepers
how
creepers!
the two of you are looking at the scene. What are you using? What are you doing?
I would like to first say that based off my detect magic, that is up to 10 minutes. So if I'm walking around and if anything pings within 30 feet of me, I'm just letting you know that's something
Yes.
I have.
You do not detect magic.
No magic.
No magic.
Everything's useless. I'm kidding.
Throws it in the waterfall.
I think Luke will, as he's kind of wandering about, he'll just say, well, I don't sense any latent echoes of magic.
I don't think it's going to be enchanted anyway, yeah. Somebody's corpse ended up here, supposedly, yes? So, I guess you'd expect to see a ghost, like they say. But
Or-
we can look for bones. Or other equipment from the body.
I was hoping more for ancient relics that could help us destroy this issue that we have, but
If you find the bones, then you'll more than likely find something that at least belonged to them. So, there very well could be some wizardy artifacts. And Mordecai will kind of start. He has leather boots. They're probably waterproof, so he's just gonna kind of. I'm assuming
Wade.
there's like a pool.
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of wade into it.
Okay. Roll me a survival check
Oh,
if you're looking for traces of someone.
You know that I got a 16.
16. Yeah, as you're looking around, you kind of you look around the bank. You don't really see anything. As you wade in the water, you don't
Wade
in the water. You don't feel anything.
Had a moment, Michael.
I know. But, like the waves crashing down, the mist that's kind of rising, it's a little bit hard to focus all your attentions. What I will tell you is you see no evidence of this child, this supposed child. Luke, what are you doing to search?
Well, like I said, I was hoping that my my magic-y stuff would pick up on something, but if that is not working, then I suppose I will just have to use my one peeper
Look with your eye.
to do a look, I suppose.
Special.
You were looking at, I wasn't paying attention to what you were looking into, Mordecai.
Oh,
Were you
Mordecai
in the
was
water?
looking in the water because the corpse supposedly ended up here.
Okay, so I'm going
And also, I will say that the pool is pretty significantly deep as well. The whole thing is a quarter mile across at the thinnest edge, or at the thinnest bit. So it gets deep in the middle. So you were only able to wade like maybe 10, 20 feet out.
Okay, and based on the current of water coming into this, coming in and around this whole area, is there a way to kind of see if there's a possibility that maybe a body traveled to shore? So then maybe then would have been picked apart by animals, dumped something in the brush. That's where my
Okay.
mind is.
I think it's also going to be a survival check.
Have wisdom, you can do it.
16.
Hey,
Okay.
why do we roll the same?
I don't know.
It's pretty cool. You search on the outskirts, kind of like where bodies could wash up on shore, and yeah, sure enough, like there is some kind of rocky bits where like it would divert the water, and you do see kind of the running of the stream outwards. The more further out into the water you get, the harder it is to see the actual current, but there is a current because it turns into a river, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Or the river continues rather all the way down past those crossroads. But you kind of search around those areas and you see some evidence of animal activity. What you will see, and I'll give it to you, as you kind of maybe make your way around the fall, like on the underside of it, there's kind of like a pass through. And onto the other side, you could swear you saw something, and what you see is what does appear to be like skeletal remains. Not children's. The bones are too big.
Too big. Okay.
They are gnawed on, but not like excessively. Like you see a couple of marks, like, but what they do appear is they appear to be very brittle and very old.
Okay. That may or may not fit in line of when this wizard guy did the thing.
Potentially. It's hard to say how old because the water damage with
Found
these
the wizard guy.
you know, with the bones, like this sucks.
Okay. I think Luke will kind of like see that, kind of crouch down and kind of give a look over, and he'll call back out towards Mordecai, and he'll say, "I found one dead person. I don't think it's them, but there's a dead person here."
Only one is good, right? And you'll hear slosh, slosh, slosh as he walks in the water
Mm-hmm.
towards you.
And he'll kind of gesture towards the bones. It's like, I wouldn't necessarily, I would touch them with care. They look fragile.
Can I take a crack at trying to date these bad boys?
Roll me a medicine check, the both of you.
I've seen lots of bones. Just kidding. No bones allowed.
I clicked it. It's 20.
20. These bones are very old. Probably like decades old.
Mhm.
That doesn't work.
It doesn't line up with the wizard, definitely not, but it also doesn't line up with why they're still so close to the shore. Like maybe they should have been swept away or carried off or this or that, but like the kind of where they're laying, it seems like they probably like have been here for not that long.
Oh,
I don't-
maybe is there like a way to see, like, is there like water? Like, are these bones like waterlogged at all? Or
Yes, very much so.
these are placed here recently.
I'm not a fan of that. I'm really not.
Mordecai, you know better how these beasts work in this land than I do. There's nothing out here that could take a living person and drain them to the state, is there?
Why do you want me to roll?
If you think it's undead, roll a religion. Anything else on nature?
That sounds like some heavy necrotic action.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you asked me to roll religion. Yeah, I'm specialized in fucking undead, but you think I got religion?
You should have advantage if
No.
you're trying
I
to learn it.
don't. Wait. Yes, I should.
You're specialized at undead.
Yay.
Unless the DC was high for that.
There is no creature that would probably do this. This just looks like old bones, but why are they here?
Do I know of anything, not necessarily in my specialty, but can I rack my brains to know of anything that might potentially collect or...
That's a good question.
For some
not
purpose.
really. Not that would like
Okay.
transport them around. And I'll give you this. You're spending enough time sort of
I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. What? Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. You can continue.
No, please go ahead.
I can try to do augury.
Okay.
If if they're talking for a while, I might be able to see if I can gain some sort of like maybe an omen or an otherworldly information about. Oh, actually, no, that's not going to help me. It's supposed to give me a plan of what to do within the next 30 minutes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, damn it.
For some reason, I
also-
thought that was scrying. I was
Yeah,
like,
Ludmilla is gone also, by the way, by
Yes.
this point.
Sure.
She's left. But I will say, because you've been spending enough time here, like maybe 20, 30 minutes, all of you just looking around, I will just tell you, with all of the high rolls, there is no trace of Outerbell anywhere near here. You don't get the sense that she ever made it this far, if indeed she was coming this way. Which is a clue. She's somewhere further west of here, clearly. Between here and Valaki. But as you are kind of investigating, I want everybody to roll me perception.
we gonna get jumped.
Yeah.
We all get jumped by a giant rain.
Don't get-
There was something
get
that
got.
sucked the life out of this person.
Yeah, with a 17, with a 15. What's up, Taylor?
Hold on, wait. I'm looking at my. Never mind.
Okay.
Go ahead.
With a 17, with a 15, as you're kind of like looking around and poking about the place, the two of you, Cassia and Luke, see something out of the corner of your eye in the water. And you're like, double take a look. There is a body floating in the water.
What
That
the
was
fuck?
just in the water.
Just floating downstream.
Oh, there it goes.
And then, bloop, another one comes to the surface. And another.
Hey, Julian,
Lifeless.
Julian Michael, is this like in Hannibal where the guy would kill people, or the people would try to escape from like the silo guy, and they would jump in the river and die because they were
No.
already like fucking half dead?
No, you know what I think? This is giving me On Gilded Tides vibes, where this is a shoot of... You shoot the bodies out through here.
These are entire intact bodies.
Are
Are
do
they
they
bloated?
still have their blood in them?
I guess the question is, like, are
Yeah,
they
are they
bloated?
bloated?
Because then they'd
Yeah.
be floating, right?
They are floating now. You do get the sense that they have been dead longer than they've been in the water. If that makes any sense.
They're
Can I try
freaking
and
planks
track
at
where
this
they're
point.
coming from?
Yeah, if
Oh,
you
up
watch
the river.
if you watch the water, they're not coming from down the fall, because you see one more bloop up to the surface.
Yeah, like, are they coming from that deep crevice that you were talking about earlier?
I wouldn't say there's a crevice. I would say that the bed of this pool is quite deep. You get the sense that if they were anywhere, they were on the surf or on the floor of this lake, and then suddenly just came to the top.
That's strange that the
How,
rising water-
ultimately, how many are? I think the real question is, how many?
Yeah, how
You-
many do
you'll
we
see-
end up with?
A total of 5, and almost as soon as they're up, they start flowing down the river.
Oh.
We should go catch those, right? We should go catch those.
Or try to
Why,
figure out
they're
what
just
let them
corpses.
out of the water.
I'm gonna go try to catch them.
Okay,
Come
roll
on, don't
me,
fall in.
yeah.
Can I do something like sort of like for the sake of aesthetics, maybe?
What's up?
Since I have spell Ray of Frost, can I
Ooh.
freeze the water?
Like freeze.
I'll
like
let you do that. Yeah, I'll let you do
I'm
that.
gonna
You could
freeze
freeze-
everything here.
freeze a little chunk of like something that was in the water, enough to like catch one of the bodies.
Yeah.
Almost like a pinball paddle.
Yeah, like I just Ray of Frost and just kind of get. I assume the river's not that deep, but I
Not where some of these bodies are floating. Like, yeah, you can kind of ice up an area and cause it to like drag at least long enough for Mordecai to go up and like wrench it from the water.
got it.
Thank you, Riley.
You get one.
Just only one. All the rest of them are like,
They're just they just go with the current.
oh, it's okay. Mordecai will pull it out from like underneath the armpits,
Uh huh.
and just kind of it onto the shore.
Yeah.
Be careful. I think they pop.
Yes, I'm aware. Thank you. And after he hefts it, he kind of just crouches down next to it.
Okay. Whoever would like to, please roll me a medicine check.
Ooh.
And we all.
I don't have that.
I don't either. But I have wisdom.
8.
That's a corpse. Yep.
8.
There you go.
Well, fuck you. Why are we rolling the same?
Same math.
Say Matt.
We'll
Kasia,
take over Ravenloft together.
based on
Oh my god, murder husband?
shut the fuck up. Based on the decay of this thing, and there's a lot of decay. This thing has been this body has been dead for years. Years.
But is it's still intact?
Yes, and it's not bloated like it was just dead at the bottom of the river for all that time.
Does it look like there was some sort of rope maybe tying it down, some sort of
No.
restraint?
Not at all.
That's why I said, like, it makes it almost feels like they were placed there, or they came out of a tube in the bottom of the pool.
I know, it's like a little, like a dead people shoe.
Yeah.
Like the chocolate ones in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That's what it literally feels like to me.
But for dead people.
Could I roll, like, medicine with advantage because of my weirdo backstory that I read a lot of anatomy books, and could I figure out if maybe, like, this is abnormal or what might be the most reasonable explanation for this? Wow.
Yes.
Pog. Well, that's handled. Cassia's gonna go back over to where the body started rising from.
Right.
Would you let me get away with using thaumaturgy to see if I can shake the ground enough so more?
Oh, like make a bubble or agitate.
Yeah, make a bubble to like see if there's like there's a freaking cave down there for some reason.
If you use your thaumaturgy to like agitate the water in a way, you won't be able to see to the bottom. But if you do that like a couple of times, no more bodies rise. That was whatever was down there. That was it. You don't get a sense of anything else, Riley. You don't know.
Does that explain why they fucking appeared?
If I spent an inspiration, could I re-roll?
I'll let you do it once. Yeah.
Okay. I just feel.
That's better.
Okay. Based on the bone structure, everything about it, like. There is no doubt this thing has been, like I said, dead for probably a decade. Begs the question, how the frick did it get to the bottom of a river and not show signs of any water damage, other than just being wet? Well, your first thought is, well, it had to have walked there itself. And perhaps whatever spell was animating it has ended.
Nope, don't like that.
The storage place was just at the
You made the trash
bottom of the river.
You made the trash walk itself.
Yeah.
Damn.
Why they were at the bottom of the lake, you couldn't. There's no knowing.
So technically, like, so to explaining like a spell, like say walking the dead, like reanimating the dead, there is a time limit to that reanimation and probably a distance.
It could be time, it could be distance, I believe, or it could be dispelled, like purposefully turned off.
Riley's
there were five zombies at the bottom of this lake that are now no longer zombies. They're just corpses.
Riley looks over towards where the woman went.
Shush.
I don't.
Wait.
What did you guys find out about your new friend that you made?
She likes history. Just about it.
She likes books. And I thought she was nice because she liked books.
She never said anything about, multiple corpses showing up in this area.
No, because I think she was controlling them.
Good, we're on the same page.
No, I don't like that. Well, then the question comes. How are they preserved so well for so long?
I wouldn't say they're preserved. I'd say that they're pretty well rotted.
But they should be more.
Okay, well, I'm not a science. It's Magic Land.
You said they've been dead for 10 years.
I don't know.
I
They're
think
decomposed.
I think the
It
theory.
should be bone.
No, it would be more like she had probably was controlling some undead, and she had them in the water, just kind of on standby, if you will, in case something bad happened while she was out.
Okay, someone tried to jump her?
Yeah, in case somebody was trying to jump her while she was reading, and they were like a security measure.
Oh, yeah, and the moment she left, they just...
And the
Wait.
moment she
the
left,
spell happened.
What about
and
the
then they started-
grunting?
The grunting guy, yeah. Maybe he's
either or
a short
somebody in
zombie.
that group was controlling the zombies, and they were kind of there as either like a security measure or there for nefarious purposes. Fortunately for us, I think she decided not to do anything or order those zombies to come out of the water.
My question.
But that's kind of what I feel in the meta is
Right.
happening. But Riley will sort of just kind of pop a squat next to the dead body and grab a stick to poke at it, sort of mulling over his thoughts.
Do I sense any more undead?
No. I mean, there's nothing in the water.
I mean, it's, what is it, 6 miles or something?
Yes. You
Then
sense
yes,
many.
you sense more undead.
Yeah, but like, what if I
I
make
wish
it
there was a way to
less?
hone it. One more time?
I wish I could make it less.
I know.
Yeah, that makes it completely useless. to
President,
do it that
within
big.
1 mile up to 6 miles.
Okay.
I mean, 1 mile's still pretty...
Oh, I see. So you can kind of hone it
It's kind
in
of one
as
or the
much
other.
as you can, yeah. Within 1 mile up to 6 miles. So within 1 mile, you do not sense the presence of any undead.
Okay.
1 mile on our map here is 4 hexes.
Okay.
She moved that fast? Did she
Yeah.
move that fast?
She probably doesn't have any more over there.
That's to say, if she's not undead.
I don't see what the problem is. She could have, like you said, used it for being a bodyguard. She's trying to mine out whatever's underneath the falls.
It's just
I don't
Concerning.
see any real problem with that.
You think there will be more of them?
Undead?
There's always
Undead.
more undead.
there's always like yeah. You'll get over it.
Did you catch this woman's name? Perhaps we can ask when we get to town.
If she's in town.
No, just ask other people.
Oh.
I think by the
Ludmilla?
name of Ludmilla.
That's a start. But
Should get moving. We can't stay here for any longer.
I agree.
As long as it's Strahd not controlling the dead, then I don't see any urgency at the moment.
Necromancy is, well, it's an issue, at least for me.
We'll leave that conversation there. As you all kind of pack up and get moving back down the road, you pass the Vistani camp on your way back to the crossroads, the old rotten gallows still standing there, and you follow the other path toward Valaki. You follow the dirt road as it clings to the side of the mountain and ends before an arching bridge of mold-encrusted stone. that spans a natural chasm. Gargoyles cloaked in black moss perch on the corners of the bridge, their frowns weather-worn. On the mountainous side of the bridge, the waterfall spills into the misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below. The pool feeds the river that meanders into the fog-shrouded pines that blanket the valley. Perched atop one of the gargoyles is a raven. Perhaps the same one as before, maybe a different one. But as you make your way, it starts cawing at you.
Can I cast Speak with Animals?
Ah,
Caw back at it.
no, that's very interesting.
Caw.
Is that a ritual or a?
It
Are
can
you
be
gonna burn a
ritual.
spell slot?
It can be ritual. I mean, can I prepare ritual spells at the beginning of the day? Is that something I can specify?
Well, you can't prepare it as a ritual. The way that you cast a ritual spell,
I've
You
never
literally
done
have to
this.
sit down there and get all your items and just be like, okay.
yeah, the way that you cast a spell as a ritual rather than using a spell slot is you add 10 minutes to the cast time.
That bird is gonna be like, I'm bored, I'm leaving.
No, I'm just gonna blow a spell slot.
You'll blow a spell slot and cast.
Me who can
Speak with animals.
cast rituals without casting a point.
Okay. You cast Speak with Animals. What do you say?
What are you doing here?
Funny voice.
It cocks its head, almost a little surprised. It kind of ruffles its feathers. But it doesn't answer you. It just caws.
I know you can understand me.
Roll me an
Okay,
insight
cool.
check. Just Mordecai.
Maybe the bird just wants to
Having
scream.
a fucking standoff with a bird. 23.
Stand off with the bird, you T-pose.
It's just
You get the
Terra.
sense-
T-poses back.
You get the sense that it can understand you, kind of, but at the same time, it doesn't seem to be able to respond to you.
Do I understand what it
Speaking-wise.
says?
It's not saying anything. It's just cawing.
It can't respond to you. Like something's keeping it from verbalizing
That's
back.
interesting.
Hell of a conundrum.
Can it?
Use persuasion.
Fucking tell it to lead us to wherever it needs us to go.
Do this if it's a yes, do this if it's a no, okay?
It caws.
Yep.
You do get the sense that it is having a little bit of trouble understanding you, but it's like it's kind of getting the gist.
What kind of speak slowly, like not like it's stupid, but just like
Right.
to make sure it understands. Like, do you need us to go somewhere?
It kind of shakes its head.
Are you following us?
It kind of nods.
Does like the big excited bird bob.
Not an excited bird nod. It just like you see its head go up and down once.
Andromeda
you.
said it's trying its best.
It is. Do you work for someone?
He's a bird lawyer.
Specializes in bird law.
It doesn't know how to answer that.
Are you a familiar?
It shakes its head no. That's a great question, though. That was a really smart question.
Do you
Luke,
work for Strahd?
It caws angrily.
Fuck that guy!
Do you hate him?
It looks around, nervous.
Do you
ask it if it's trapped.
do you need help? Are you trapped?
It shakes its head no.
Are you trying to do a job? Or are you just I'll let it answer that.
It doesn't really know how to answer that with a yes or a no.
Does it want to help us, maybe?
Are you trying to help us?
It hops up and down a couple times.
Luke snaps. Maybe.
Can you fly down to me?
It gets ready to kind of go, and then it doesn't.
Are you cursed?
It thinks.
Is somebody holding you back from answering me or speaking with me?
It shakes its head.
Oh my god, I hate all these early spells. Can't do
Yeah.
anything.
You hear it, or you see it like kind of perk up for a second.
Can I cast Zone of Truth on the bird?
It's already being truthful with you. I'm
Zone
just
of
gonna tell you
Truth
that
can't
right
necessarily
now.
negate like a Gaius.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a bird Gaius. I'm getting the vibes.
Yeah.
Do you have something for us?
It kind of caws a couple of times, but you sense some urgency with it. It's kind of tapping its feet, and it caws one or two more times, and then it just flies off. Flies off to the northwest.
Northwest.
That's towards
That's not-
Wallachia.
That's towards Valaki. Mordecai will kind of relay what little information he got.
You get the vibe that when it tried to when it was like getting ready to leave, it was getting antsy, like I've been here too long, I gotta go. That's kind of the vibe you got.
Interesting. It went towards Valaki. We should keep an eye out for it. It doesn't have ill will towards us itself. I think it's being held back. It works
Oh,
for
it's
somebody.
someone's simple pet who's deciding to be generous.
I don't think it's somebody's simple pet
So
Well-
it is trapped.
at all.
We are supposed to go towards a raven's nest.
Keep an
Right.
eye out.
Just if you see a raven, be cautious.
Kill it
Fucking kill it.
Shoot it down.
immediately.
Light it on fire.
Considering
Those little
last night's reading, I am leaning more towards ravens at the moment.
Good.
What'd you say?
She's rebellious.
This
She's leaning more towards ravens at the moment.
one means well.
God damn it, Casa, you're the only one that had the potential for good in your reading. The rest of us get all bad end.
Hey, it depends on her version of good. You
That's
know?
the thing.
No,
You don't know how where mad of Ava's alliances
We're all
are.
gonna be fucking evil by the end of this. Just watch.
Um,
I'm playing the warlock, so
That doesn't mean evil.
but
It just means used.
Irina, well, yeah, all of you were used. Anyway, Irina will kind of speak up and say,
So, we just need to get to Valaki then, right?
I believe so.
Yes, I think our investigation here was a little fruitless.
I don't think it's fruitless considering we learned about someone who seems to be quite powerful.
And we know that the girl isn't here now. Less ground to cover.
Right? She's probably further west.
Ismark will kind of give a nod to that and just kind of say, "All right, then, let's get moving." And he will begin walking across the bridge.
Why didn't we buy horses? Why didn't we use horses?
Expensive.
Yeah,
come
you might have been
across
able to
the
buy them off
stable?
the. Yeah, you might have been able to buy them off the Vistani, but yeah, it would have been like, I think in the book it's like 25 gold at least for like a shit horse.
Could have gotten out of here for that much,
I could have gotten a horse.
bitch.
Actually, no, I couldn't. I'm a liar.
I'm on a horse. Anyway, you keep moving forward. A dense mist draped over the bridge seems to be a byproduct of the falls below. As you make your way about halfway across, taking care to avoid the pitted stone in certain spots, the puddles of muddy water across the pockmarked bridge, I would like everybody to roll me a perception check.
If this motherfucker ain't back, I'm gonna be sad. If we're getting jumped.
Luke is so distracted right now.
I fucking suck today. I'm thinking about crows. Luke is thinking about that fucking reading.
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking about crows.
I mean
But you're
ravens.
supposed to be
Excuse
about
me. there's a
ravens.
distinction.
Yeah, right. That's he's thinking about jackdaws when he should be thinking about magpies. Anyway, you keep making your way across, and after a little bit, you see figures in the distance. A small group of like 4 or 5 people moving across the bridge in the opposite direction. They appear to be unarmed. What do you do?
Let's go ask the mysterious strangers if you've seen a child.
Have you seen a baby?
Do we sense undead?
Have you seen a 12-year-old?
Holds up milk carton.
uh,
How many times can you use your funny undead thing?
Oh, sorry. Have you seen a 9-year-old?
She just turned
He
8
uses
last week.
feature. Oh wait, no. Never mind. It's a spell slot.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
I keep mixing it up with the other one. I keep thinking this one is the wisdom mod, but it's not. Never
I'm so
mind. Just
sorry.
kidding.
Let's
Don't
go
do
walk
that,
up to
Richard.
him.
Yeah, let's just go the normal route. Hey, are you
I just
friendly?
met you. Yeah.
And then they'll go,
Friend or foe?
"Ugh," and then we'll know they're undead. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's about what happens. As the figures become clearer ahead of you in the mist, the distended bodies and sagging flesh make it abundantly clear these are not living beings, but a cluster of undead. Turning back, you can see a similar horde amassing behind you. As the creatures close in from both sides, everybody please roll initiative.
Wait, hold on 2
We're like,
seconds.
oh, look at that over there too.
Whoa!
Wow, it really is The
wasted
Walking
my nat
Dead.
20.
Oh my god.
We gotta switch over to the map first.
Yes, we will. There we go.
Julian got 21 though, so I think he deserves to keep it.
Think 20.
Yeah,
Oh,
please.
I'm sorry. I can.
No, that's fine.
I
in
didn't
fact-
click my character either. I have a 20.
That's
I was
okay.
alert to danger because I'm in my.
So what does that mean?
I don't know. It doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
Can't see my
Oh,
screen.
look.
Mordecai, what did you get?
Look at all the NPCs
Nothing yet. I
that we
have
have
a
to take
cat
care
on
of.
my chest. A 13.
Cool.
Stop being a dick, Richard.
All right. I have got to roll a couple of initiatives here because you've got some friends in this fight.
Initiatos.
The base way that I'm going to run these NPCs is they're going to do what they're going to do unless you guys tell them otherwise.
Me and Marina got the same.
Got
Wait,
those
can you
guys.
get off my desk? I have to fight zombies.
Zembos.
Zombie hunter.
Couple more stupid initiatives. I
He's
should have
got all
pre-rolled
these like
these.
little white bits in his fur. He's been rolling around in shit.
It's because he is fucking old.
Are flea eggs white? Real talk.
Flegs.
No, I
No,
think they're
it's
black.
like because it looks like dirt.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
He just
Because
has
he's got all this-
dandruff.
Fucking why does
Dirt.
Ismark look like Silas?
Oh no.
He needs a fucking.
Because he's Slavic.
Get up.
That's very
Fucking look at this ragdoll ass motherfucker.
wow.
Big boy. Very long. All right. Let us
He's
get
incredibly loud.
these in order.
Lounge.
Okay, I'm gonna give her a. All right. First in the order is Luke. Can we see ourselves? Can we find ourselves?
Is Luke.
Is Luke? Oh,
Is Mark.
is
Why
Mark.
can't we see the player turn order?
Can you not?
The players are not there.
The players are nay there.
What
Are
the
not
fuck
in the
is
turn
this?
order.
That's bizarre. They're on it for me. The Roll20 turn order just sucks. So I'll just keep you informed.
That's totally okay. Who has the shittiest AC out of everybody? What's everyone's AC?
13. Riley has a 12.
Okay. I'm going to use a bonus action and cast Shield of Faith on Riley. Considering Riley is fucking in the front there, so he'll just pap him, and that's gonna give you a +2 to +2 bonus
AC.
to your AC for the next 10 minutes.
Is that concentration?
Yeah, but I'm good at that now.
Exactly. Yeah. Just remind me when you take damage that you need to roll a check.
Sure. I'm gonna do
So you moved 20 feet, and you've still got your action.
Yes. You can do a secondary bonus action. As your
You
Yes.
said +2?
+2, yeah.
Okay.
Guess what's gonna happen?
Pokey stick.
It's more of like a pokey shank.
Funny knife.
Funny knife flows.
Funny knife, do a stab.
Funny knife. Do a stabbing.
Oh.
Ouch.
Whoops.
Can I tell you something? That is the one number you could have rolled to miss that attack.
Oh yeah.
Zombies have such shit AC.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry, but you've got your stick.
Have
It
out.
exists. Next in the order is Cassia.
Hello. Which looks a bit more scarier. Are they equal sides?
What do you
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. Oh, yeah, number-wise, they're equal.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm gonna click this one and do Elder's Blast.
Very cool.
Bink.
Bink. Which one was that again? Can you pick that again?
This one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 17, he takes 5 points of force damage.
I do have something.
Ba-boom.
I have Repelling Blast. When you hit a creature with Elder's Blast, you can push the creature up to 10 feet away from you in a straight line.
Oh, just cuz?
Yeah.
Sick. Okay. Falls back, and I'll say it knocks the other one back 5 feet that was behind it. Nice. Are you moving anywhere?
Nah.
Okay.
Bridge, I can't move much.
Next in the order is Irina. She does not have a ranged weapon. She is going to go 5, 10, 15. Mordecai, would you like to stop her from moving any further?
Yes.
Okay.
She's a strong
she-
woman. Let her do what she wants.
She's relatively hesitant in this fight. This is her
Strong
first
woman,
combat.
yeah.
But
Mordecai's
she...
just gonna say,
Yes?
"Are you confident?"
Maybe.
Just stay by me, okay?
All right. She's going to ready an action. If anybody gets within range, she's going to stab from there. Next in the order is Riley.
I'm gonna do this first, this cool new spell that I got.
Oh my god.
Do
We're
it.
gonna do Dust Devil.
Dust storm! Go ahead and
So-
draw yourself a swirly dust man.
It is a, I can ping it for you guys,
Cool.
so that way everybody can see what stupid thing I got. It is a concentration spell, though. It is a unoccupied 5-foot cube of air, and I'm gonna make it swirly.
Nice.
A little swirly like that. And any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the Dust Devil must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 1d8 bludgeoning damage and is pushed 10 feet away.
Away from it?
Away, like, out.
Yeah, like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, throw him over, dude.
That's
Out.
a hell of a spell for this particular fight. God damn.
Out. And on a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't pushed.
Got it.
And it says, if the Dust Devil moves over sand, dust, loose dirt, or small gravel,
I would say gravel would be off the bridge, not on it.
okay, that's fine. It could get bigger. That's all.
Love it. Okay, so it just appears there if it ends its turn within the thing. Okay, cool. And Riley, you're just staying where you're at?
Yeah, that's my action, and I guess I'm gonna, like, take a step to the... Ooh, I didn't mean to grab that, do that to myself. I'm gonna take a step to the side like that.
Okay.
And that'll be where I'm at.
Okay. Next in the order is Ismark, who is going to go 5, 10. Briefly and quietly say to Mordecai, look after her. 15, 20.
Actually,
After yourself.
Can I
25,
say as a
30.
bonus action I move my squirrely? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I want to move it over if I
Where's
can.
your
Why is
squirrely?
it not moving?
You have to, like,
You have to like highlight
click
the
and
whole
drag
thing,
over it,
yeah.
highlight it.
I'm gonna move it right here, actually.
Oh, and just leave it there. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was 30 feet for Ismark. What else is he going to do? He's just going to stand out in front, ready. Next in the order is Mordecai.
Second question, though, while
Yes.
if because this is a concentration spell, can I cast other things in addition
That
to
are not concentration spells.
Got it.
Yes. Mordecai.
Okay. Fuck. I'm going to. Fucking, I wish I had AoE, but I'm Ranger.
Yeah, Rangers ain't got no funny AoE.
Hang on. No, that's only difficult terrain on the one space. I guess I'm gonna use Slayer Spray.
Okay,
As
on
a
whom?
bonus action. No, that guy's behind. I'll do that guy in front. No, I'll do
In
that
front.
guy.
This
Yeah.
guy over here. Okay.
Yeah, this guy.
He is marked. Is marked.
Is Markiplier?
We both are just like, is
Do your funny attack before I die. Thank you. 10 points of piercing damage. Go ahead and roll that extra.
13.
13 points of piercing damage. Very cool. Consider it more than bloodied.
Okay, he's gonna step up.
Step the fuck up, Kyle. Next in the order, the Zembos. This one right here in the middle, this kind of odd-looking, kind of especially slimy-looking one, is going to shove past the others. 5, 10, 15, 20. Is going to dash. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Damn, okay.
And that's its turn. Next in the order are the... where's the other one? Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20.
It's like chess.
He's not going to dash. These ones are going to move.
You can move your pawn
5.
twice.
10, 15, 20, except he must go over here. They slowly lurch their way forward.
And those guys have ended their turn here.
Yes.
Okay.
15, 20. Okay. This Zumbus ends its turn. Actually, all of these
Those
guys
three.
end their turn. Shit. I didn't even think about that, but they're stupid zombies, so it's a good thing I didn't.
Within
And I
5
have
feet
to
of the
roll-
Dust Devil, they must
Yep.
make a strength saving throw. Your DC
I forgot
is,
diagonals were a thing.
Your DC is 13.
1, 2, 3. They all fail.
Then I roll 1d8 damage.
Oh, honey, don't worry about it because they fly off the side of the fucking bridge.
Nice.
Tactics!
Oh!
Very nice. Very well done. I'm going to re-roll initiative because I just deleted the good pawn, unfortunately. Because I remember what initiative they had, though, which is 16. Or 13. 16? 16. Hooray. Okay. Next in the order, because the Zumbus ended its turn. Whoa, did this get all, like, fucked up? What's going on here?
Because you know Irina's holding.
True.
But it's bottom, isn't it?
I messed up.
Mordecai will tell Irina to move with him, by the way.
Okay.
So now it's Luke's turn.
It is Luke's turn, yes. I did not remember what the initiative was. That was my problem.
That's okay. First order of business. I need to make use of Gloria here if she'll let me grab her, which she doesn't want me to grab her. Oh my god, why can't I not move my thing? That's so weird. Gently rotates. I don't know why I can't. I literally can't grab it for whatever reason. I'm gonna attack this guy.
Okay.
With it. 21.
Okay, 21. Yes, is 11 points of damage. That is force damage. Yes.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, it takes 11.
Okay. And for the rest of my action, I am going to use. Actually, I can see this guy through the dust devil, correct?
Oh yeah.
Can I deduce that this guy is poison-ish because he's gooey?
Roll me a perception check.
18.
Nothing poison. No, it's just. It seems maybe a little more vital than the other ones. It's a little wetter. It's a
Oh,
little
it has
fleshier.
more flesh,
He's
so it's just
he's a
more.
bloater.
It's just more sturdy.
Okay.
Yeah, there are some other tricks, but nothing else that I can show you with like your naked eye.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I'm gonna throw a guiding bolt at him.
Okay.
22
Fucking hell, that's a hit. For 14 points of damage, and
Of
everybody's
radiant
got
damage.
advantage. Does not matter.
Okay.
Everybody has advantage on him until Luke's next turn, I believe.
Okay, and then Luke's gonna backtrack because I have something I'm gonna do for my next turn that might obliterate these fuckers.
Skip. Okay, next in the order is Cassia.
Okay. Cassia is going to do a little jog
Cool.
all the way over here.
Awesome.
And then she's gonna do an Eldritch Blast at this one.
Oh, because you got a stupid fucking pushing blast. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Is there really no save associated with that?
No.
I think it's just
Okay.
one of the
You just have
Eldritch
to take
It's
it.
one of the
It's
an
invocations.
invocation.
Yeah.
You either take it or you don't.
True. That is a hit. 7 points of damage as it flies off the bridge.
How far down?
1,000 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't even get to see the funny little Wile E. Coyote splat.
Don't worry,
It's just
Michael's gonna
gone.
remember this when Michael
Okay.
uses this skill against us.
I gotta roll up a warlock real quick. Yeah, very cool. Anything else, Cassia?
No.
Okay. Next up is Irina Kolyana, who did not get a chance to use her held action, but she's going to see Ismark standing out there alone, and she's going to rush in. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and she's going to make a stab at this frontmost Zembi. And she hits it. 6 points of piercing damage.
I tried.
I mean, you did what you could. But she's going to stand her
She's
ground
your own
there.
person.
Yeah, next in the order is Riley.
Riley is going to take a step backwards. Maybe 2.
To
Boink.
3.
He's gonna move his little funny doohickey 2.
Okay.
Sort of bring it closer.
Yeah.
one more.
Huh?
One more.
No.
Ooh. Spicy.
No.
Okay.
And then he is going to cast. Let's see. Well, this is okay. How does anybody feel about splash damage?
Wait, you're not, okay, we're hitting in this direction and not in this direction?
Yeah, no, technically I'm hitting in all directions.
What are you using?
I have, based on, like I said, I had to put some new stuff in the spells because I grabbed from D&D Beyond. I'm going to use Thunderclap.
Oh God.
Is
Explain to
that
me
not gonna
Thunderclap.
push us?
No, it does not push.
Go ahead and ping it for me.
Okay.
Thunderclap should push. No, Thunder Wave pushes.
Thunder Wave.
Thunderclap hurts.
Range is only 5 feet for this guy.
Oh.
So you can hit, it's anything within 5 feet of you.
Okay, never mind then. I thought it was going to be fundy. That would have been fun.
I'm
Because
sorry.
I saw 100 feet away and I was like, everybody
Yeah.
can hear it.
No, it could be heard 100 feet away, but it can't be used 100 feet. It's basically, Thunderclap is the way that I used to do Thunder Wave, which is, it's all in a circle around you.
Okay, then I will do this other cantrip, which is Infestation.
Okay.
Which I'll just ping it right over here. I'm going to cast a Bugs.
A bug.
Hey, bugs. Neat.
On
Like
front
an
hand
Oprah.
zombie here, or?
It's basically a cloud of mites. On a target, or succeeds on a Constitution saving throw, takes 1d6 poison damage. So I'll just need to move one more over because it's a little bit farther
I mean,
away.
if you hit this guy, though, you get advantage.
Why?
Because I did Guiding Bolt.
Except on a saving throw. It's got to be like an attack roll that he gets
It's
advantage
a saving
on.
throw, so it's
Okay.
just basically bugs just start flying around,
Zipping a boot.
zipping
Yes.
a boot as and it's going to try, because I think that this is going to take care of some of them.
Yeah, the Dust Devil.
The Dust Devil's going to take care of some of them because they're moving towards us. They have no other choice.
Mm-hmm.
So and they will have to stop there or dash forward.
Right.
But yeah, so I want to get this one.
Okay. I'm gonna roll his saving throw.
Constitution, attack save 13.
It fails. The bugs kind of appear in a cloud around it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
1d6 poison damage. So, hold on, I messed up the spell on this one. It is a damage spell. Oh wait, no, I did it. It should. Oh, okay. I know what I did wrong. I'm doing it from the wrong place. But
Hooray. And moves 5 feet in a random direction. Okay. It is not going to take any poison damage.
that's
It is
fine.
immune to poison damage, but 5 feet in a random direction.
One of those
roll
directions
me-
is off.
It's north, yes.
One of those directions is off.
Roll
So,
me 1d4 and see what happens.
what do I need for north? 1.
3 is east. It's gonna stumble forward 1 square.
Oops.
There is a hole right here, though. That is an impassable square.
Okay.
Um,
that's my turn. Sorry.
He's
It's
got
taking
bugs.
a while.
That's all right.
Uh-huh.
New spells always take some time. Next in the order is Ismark. And Ismark is going to move forward 5. He's going to take an attack on this zombie. Christ. Yeah, that's a hit. He is going to take it down to 0. And I need to roll a con save for the zombie. Because
Look
they
at
have
him
what's
go.
called
Proud.
Undead Fortitude. Yeah, bless his heart.
I'm proud
Undead
of him.
Fortitude. He has to roll a con save, DC of 5 plus the damage taken, which is 6. So 11. On a success, it drops to 1 hit point instead. It fails, and he cuts the zombie in half.
I'm proud of my boy.
And then he's
All
going to
those
move.
pep talks.
Yeah.
going.
Actually, he's going to stay right where he is, and
He's
he's
gonna
going to attack the mite zombie.
He's gonna feel so strong.
Strong. Lesser, no more. That's a hit for 6 points of damage. Next in the order is Mordecai.
Hey. I'm shooting again
Do it.
at that guy.
Okay.
Was that my Slayer's Prey before?
No, your Slayer's Prey is dead now. So you
Okay.
can use a bonus action to re-up it
Okay.
somewhere else.
Gonna put it on this bad boy.
Okay. That's a hit. 9 points of damage plus 5 points of damage is 14 points of damage. It's not looking good.
Then he's going to walk up. Well, I can't because they're in the fucking way.
You know, this is actually
That's so.
this is actually a really keen space to be because no zombies can cross that hole.
But I want to use sword.
Flard. You can go past your allies.
I can.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought you were still using your bow and arrow.
No. I was gonna use my sword next. He's going to take his one sword out,
Nice.
kind of as he's walking. If I can do that.
Yes. Next in the order are the GUI. There's only one GUI left. And the GUI is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, dash, 5, 10, 15.
Dash.
Actually, he's just going to go right there. Then the zombies. These which are going to go 5, 10, 20. He is going to end his turn there and roll a strength save. And fucking fail. And fly off the side of the bridge. Okay. These zombies here. We've got one who is going to attack Ismark. With a miss. One of them is going to attack Mordecai. 17. You're going to take 2
That
points of
hits.
damage. Zombie on Mordecai. Misses. 5, 10, 15. Is going to attack Mordecai.
Eh.
And natural 1.
Roll an attack of opportunity.
Yep, that's a hit. That's 10 points of
God.
damage. Ismark and Irina are both going to take their attacks. Another hit for 5. Ismark with a swing for another 8. And the zombie has to roll a strength save. Or a constitution save, rather. And fails and is cut in half. It just tripped over the corpse that was in front of it, and you all just stabbed it on the ground. Next in the order is Luke.
I don't know why I can't move my little drawings. I don't know. If
I just selected it all, because I couldn't grab my drawing either, so I just selected it and moved it with the arrow keys on my...
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. That'll work. So that, the boy that I want to hit is out of range, so I'm gonna hit that guy with the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
24 to hit.
That is a hit. 8 points of damage.
And then, I have advantage to hit this boyo until the end of my turn.
True.
So I'm gonna cast, that doesn't matter because it's a saving throw. Well, would that give him disadvantage then, if it's a saving throw?
No.
No?
Just an attack roll.
Okay.
You got a funny sword.
I do have a funny sword, but doesn't that do half damage on undead? I'm just going off the map, it's fine.
That was only on the vampire spawn, because vampires have immunity to non-silvered weapons, or resistance rather.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me see if I can hit this guy, period.
That's a hit.
Cool.
For 6 points
Take notes
of
for Strahd. We have to dip our weapons in silver.
a dip, that'll work. And
Yep.
you kill it.
Cool.
No saving throw required for that one. You killed them quick enough that I didn't even get to attack or do any of the funny things with them.
Is this guy still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Next in the order is Kassia.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this guy right here.
Gotcha.
Please pop back up, you bum. You are. Boink.
That's a hit for 1 point of force damage.
There
But
he
there he goes. Bye.
Oh, there you go.
Next in the order is Irina.
Bye.
I decided to make this encounter on the goddamn bridge, and I didn't realize you all had these funny pushing spells.
I told you what I got.
I know, but I didn't want to metagame, so I didn't pay attention. Irina moves forward and is going to stab at Zembus and hit and deal 5 points of damage. Riley.
Okay,
Okay.
it's my turn.
Eh.
Riley is going to look at Luke and say, thanks. And then cast, as he's moving forward, Sword Burst.
What? What the fuck are these spells? I've never heard of any of these spells.
Ew.
It's what's SKAG? What's that stand for?
SKAG? It's CAG, right?
CAG, yeah.
Sword Coast Adventures.
That's
Guide.
what
It's a
this
real
is from.
spell.
That's where this is from.
It's probably in Mordenkainen, so I just didn't pay attention.
It is. I create a momentary circle of spectral blades that sweep around me. All other creatures within 5 feet of me must succeed on a Dex saving throw or take 1d6 force damage.
Okay.
As well as move, my little buddy, my little dust mite, over here.
Okay.
Because it will have. So if it doesn't die, it has no choice but to end its turn there.
Exactly.
And I want to do a little flavor. I want the swords to look like Luke's spiritual weapon.
Oh, they're little knives.
And they just spin around him. Roll a dex save.
I did, and I got a 0.
So that's 1d6 force damage. Right there.
3 points.
3 points of force damage. And like I said, it will have no choice but to end its turn.
Yeah. Awesome. Next in the order is Ismark, who is going to go 5 feet and swipe at the zombie that Irina is in front of. Once and twice. Christ on a cracker. Yeah, let me roll the con save, I guess.
Why do I feel
Yeah,
like...
I didn't think so. There he
Is
goes.
Ismark higher level than us?
No.
Yeah, maybe. He's an NPC, so he doesn't really count.
He doesn't follow the same way,
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
rules necessarily. But I mean, he could have a double action. He could be essentially like a level 5 fighter, but I don't think he'll
He
go
could
any
have
higher
like a
than
higher, like, what is it, CR rating or whatever?
Ismark, do they even have a CR for him? He's challenge rating 3.
Okay.
Pretty typical for a an NPC of his kind of caliber. A lot of NPCs will get multi-attack starting at level 1.
Oh, okay. He's hit way more than Noel did.
So I know. Next in the order is Mordecai.
You don't have much say in what he does. I'm gonna stab a.
Are you bonus actioning your thingy? Your hunter's mark?
Oh yeah, that works. For some reason, I just associate it with my bow.
Oh no, yeah. Okay, you
I'm
move
gonna-
your hunter's mark. That's a
Yeah.
hit.
Richard, I'm trying to type, baby. He's not helping.
11 points of damage, and he is immediately bloodied. Next in the order is he's dead. Next in the order is Luke. Oh no, next in the order is this zombie. And that zombie. There are zombies left.
There are 2 zombies left.
Zombie attacks Mordecai. Boom. 6 points of damage.
Stink.
Zombie attacks Riley. Boom. Misses. Ends its turn. Rolls a strength save.
Whee.
And bye-bye. There it goes. A stupid spell. Next in the order is Luke. So funny.
Wait, aren't they all
There's no-
dead?
There's one more.
one zombie right over here.
Right
to the
over
left.
here.
Oh god, alright.
Riley's gonna look back at Luke and smile.
I imagine
Don't worry, you could just hold your turn. I'll just flick him off.
he like I imagine like he sees like the glimmer of the knives or whatever, and he looks a little I don't want to say despondent, but maybe like nostalgic for whatever reason, and then he'll just say, "We'll need to talk about that later. Are there any left?" Oh, and he sees
Mordecai is
Fun.
fending one off with a sword.
And I'll fucking do Sacred Flame on it just to see and make it quick. Dexterity saving throw.
Cool. 14.
Mine is a 14.
So he succeeds.
Okay, so then just fucking deal with it, Cassia, because I can't do it. I can't do anything
Cassia.
with my
Let me just angle myself once more. And
Ink. I hate this. All right, he's gone. You guys, I mean, you dealt with it. You did it.
Yay!
As the God, as the final creature falls, literally.
I cheesed every one of my moves.
Great. As the final creature literally falls, you are able to make it across the bridge without much more issue. Irina kind of like heavy adrenaline breathing, like she's a little excited, it seems, that it happened. She's never been in like a real fight before, so she's kind of like blown away by it right off the bat.
Mordecai is going to kind of place a gentle hand like on her arm. I'm assuming she's still got her sword raised.
Oh yeah.
And he's gonna just slowly lower her arm and say, try not to get too caught up in it.
Right.
Don't get blinded by the glory of it. It's not worth it. We do what we must to survive. But good job.
That was pretty good, right?
You did well. I'm impressed. We can work on it though, okay?
Right, yes.
And
Yes.
he'll give her a good pat on the back.
And she will, after a moment, sheathe her sword. Ismark will kind of come and tend to you, Mordecai, and say, "Are you okay? Did they get you too deeply?"
It's nothing worse than anything I've dealt with before, that's for sure. It's just a little bit of my arm.
Good. The sooner we get to Valaki, the better we can have that looked at.
Asia's gonna come up to Ismar with a smile on her face and just to hug his arm. Look at you. You did it. I knew that you had something in you.
And full of undead is nothing compared to...
It's a start, dear. You have it.
Thank you.
And she'll let him go.
He'll kind of like quietly smile to himself about that and sheath his sword and kind of, check the buckles on his armor and get ready to move.
Mordecai, are you hurt?
He's not bloodied, but
Are you
I mean
hurt?
he's got a good bite in.
If you need me to,
Riley's
I
gonna
can-
go over.
If you got a bite, that'd be a different situation. You got clawed.
Riley's gonna walk over and pap the wound with a palm. And
Since when can you do that?
And cast Cure Wounds.
Luke just like does blinking guy
Oh
meme.
well, I'm sorry, Richard. Sorry.
Which you're a sorcerer.
Did you learn that from watching Luke?
mm-hmm.
Either way, thank you.
You can do that.
Mordecai's just confused, but he's gonna accept it.
Yeah, take that 6 points. As you all kind of continue on, you make your way down this winding road, and even here in the mountains, the forest and fog are inescapable. Ahead, you see the dirt road splits in two, widening toward the east. There you see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare. And even through the fog, you can see the eastern road's final destination, the oppressive black spires of Castle Ravenloft. The northwestern road heads through a massive stone archway, standing in between kind of two rock formations, like two bits of the mountain up in front of you. Huge iron gates hang open on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars 2 headless statues of armed guards flank the gate, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you only with silence. Very similar to the gates that you passed through to enter Barovia itself. This seems to kind of portion off the Ravenloft sort of area of the valley, with the rest of the lands trapped within the mist. The gates are open. The road to the right leads to Castle Ravenloft. The road to the left, you can literally see through the gate. It transitions from being this winding path through the mountains to this like lazy kind of dirt trail, and you can actually see into the valley from where you're standing. In the heart of the valley, you see a walled town near the shores of a great mountain lake. Its waters dark and still. Cassia, you would recognize this village, this town, as Vallaki. What would you all like to do?
To Vallaki.
How close are
Let's
these
go
gates?
kill Strahd. Let's go. Speed run.
How close are these gates to us? Are we
Speedrun our
literally just
deaths.
walking by the fucking gate?
So it's if you take a look at the map here, these gates right here.
We're not on the map.
We're not on that.
Oh no! What? Heck!
We're on the main title screen.
If you take a look at the map,
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna ping it a bunch of times here. This is the gate that you were looking at. The gate that borders kind of the realm of Ravenloft itself, with the rest of the valley to the west. The road to the right will lead to the castle, and the road through the gate leads down into the valley toward Vallaki.
Yeah, Mordecai's gonna stare at Castle Ravenloft for
This
a minute
way
and
to
then make a hard
terribleness.
turn.
Yeah, we're
Wait.
going that way.
Wait. What direction did Miss Thang go in?
She went.
All you saw her do was when you were down here, she followed the footpath back toward where that Vistani camp would be.
And then she fucking went straight home.
Thematic arrows.
Something else to watch. Are we going left or right?
Left.
A fucking left.
Just want to make sure. I want to leave the option open to you.
Unless
No,
we-
I don't think we can speed run it.
I don't-
only
I don't-
using fucking bombs. Like,
I don't think we can do any of those hacks.
If only I can
All I
control
have is
water
regular
again.
swords.
Oh, I miss Tewa.
You make your way through these gates. And as you travel for another hour or so through these kind of winding paths down deeper into the valley, God damn it, this arrow.
Is this a thing?
You see a branch in the road that leads west to a promontory, atop which is perched a dilapidated stone windmill. Its warped wood veins stripped bare.
That would make sense if she supposedly dropped children off.
Yeah, see, it's not like she said, it's not that far from Vallaki. So yeah, you would recognize this as the windmill, quote unquote, outside of Vallaki that Morgantha invited you to stay at if you need to.
this fish takes forever to walk.
Yeah, what the heck?
Like-
How does she do that? And
Magic, clearly.
yeah.
It's a long walk, but it's really only about
But didn't you say everything took like 9 hours?
8 hours.
So then, no, that doesn't make sense. That
Some
means
people have a worse commute.
Are you including there and back?
Well, 9 hours to get to Barovia, and then about 9
Starting
hours
from
back.
where? If
This
she's
bitch is fucking Baba
no,
Yaga looking
no,
ass.
that doesn't track. If
She doesn't
was-
come every day.
I don't know because
I mean, I don't know.
she would have to be traveling during the night to get there.
She said that she does. And
But
every time
she-
she gets harassed, she'll just chuck a pie off into the woods and the wolves will go get it.
But you'd think that we just ran into zombies and zombies.
She's
wouldn't-
magical, but she ain't ill-willed.
You also have to take into account that the creatures of Barovia obey Strahd. And Strahd works in mysterious ways.
Maybe Strahd likes them pies.
Maybe she chucks one over to the castle.
Either that or
Keep
She
the
frisbees it into the
monster
tower.
either that or what she does is not exactly like something that Strahd is necessarily against.
If anything, she's keeping people in Barovia.
That's the thing. He might not give a shit, or he might think that what she's doing is valuable to him in some way.
Making drug addicts so they'll never leave.
Making drug addicts that squander all their money and
Hope
children.
I think if we are going, I think we should go to Vallaki if we're suspect, to go to the orphanage that's there first to see if the kid was dropped off, and if not,
I definitely would like to do that.
yeah, and then if we have to go back, we'll just go back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're gonna give the windmill a miss for now.
For
I
now.
think like Luke will like gesture off, and then he'll also say, and if I remember correctly, the forest around is where those the berries and the mushrooms are.
Supposedly.
Just saying, it might help. We haven't run into any wolves yet.
They didn't work on me.
Well,
I can go foraging.
Riley, you're very special.
Michael, how long would it take me to forage for something?
Probably an hour.
We should probably just head to the
I
town.
can half that time because it's my favorite terrain.
I will say though, you did spend probably a solid hour down at the basin.
It's probably getting late.
Sun's getting real low.
Horrible.
Time works a little funny in Barovia. If you want to just book it to Vallaki, you can. You might be getting there after nightfall.
I'd prefer it if we were in Vallaki. That's my personal opinion, or at least to get Ismark and
Right, to get them
And-
out of the way.
to get them
Irina.
out of the way, Irina into a town as opposed to camping out.
Yeah, I specifically would like Irina in a place.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna book it.
Okay. Yeah, you all kind of continue down the road. You see that windmill.
Unless the
Yeah.
camp is nearby, unless like Cassius
the camp is a negligible distance from Vallaki.
Okay.
It's within walking distance from Vallaki anyway, so like you can see it from outside just outside.
Okay,
the
I just
walls.
wanted to make sure because we
Probably,
can go
like,
there
fuck
for.
off along the road.
It's probably like right here, honestly.
Oh my god, no, they're like right next to the windmill.
Oh my god, they're right there. But yeah, you make your way past the windmill, and as you continue along Old Svalich Road, it meanders into the valley, watched over by dark, brooding mountains to the north and south. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade.
Oh yes, the Berg, from
The
whence
Berg.
the Burger monsters.
The Bergerman.
Borg.
Marsh.
What?
Marsh.
Marsh.
You said marsh, yes.
I didn't say marsh.
You said palisade.
Yeah, palisade.
There's marsh. Marshy there. It's marshy.
What the fuck do you think a palisade is?
Watery.
No,
Florida.
no. A palisade is a wooden
It's
wall.
that Sufjan Stevens song.
A palisade is a wooden wall.
I mean, I wouldn't be
Predatory
surprised.
walks to the Palisades is out to get us, Michael.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is marshes around this lake, though.
Yeah, there is a
Wait, can you
huge
fuck
fucking lake
this?
to the north. Sure.
Yeah, and well, we gotta find wherever this church.
That's
Yeah.
where all the water comes from.
The
Um,
marsh.
In any
A
case,
wooden
surrounded by a wooden palisade, not necessarily a wall, but wooden sharp
Palisade.
sticks.
So why do they call it the Florida Palisade?
I swear to God, I don't know. Thick fog presses up against this wall, as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town slumbering. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates, with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are a half dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them. The wall is about 15 feet tall. And as you approach the gate, you see these two guards kind of like lean into each other and begin to confer. And I think that's where we're going to end it for tonight as you approach the village of Valaki. And we will pick it up there next week. Thank you all very much for playing. This has been Symphony of Sorrow, our Curse of Strahd campaign. I am Michael, your dungeon master, and I am going to throw it to Jesse to take us out properly.
Hello, everybody. That was the end of the game. Not the end for good, after all. You should come follow us and give us a sub. I did that early to find out more. But we're going to do our regular outro involving saying who we are, who we played, what our favorite part of the game was, what we may be looking forward to, and where we may find you. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start with Taylor.
Taylor, I'm here every Monday for this game, and every other Friday for Jesse's game, which I'm sure he may talk about, where we play Scion 2E by the Onyx Path. I play a rootin' tootin' shootin' cowboy named Wiley who can't lie anymore, as of right now. So we'll see how that one goes. It's not gonna be good.
What's your favorite part? What are you looking forward to?
My favorite part was Mordecai's dumbass wading through the water. His instinct was like water. I don't know why. It just made sense to me. Proved to be somewhat true. I like the overall mystery. I like that lady, but I don't like her, you know? I don't trust her.
I don't trust
But
anybody
she's
in this
neat.
game.
Trust no one.
Ismark's just going to turn into Strahd and be
Not
like, I
even
was
yourself.
there the whole time!
Ew,
Huh?
I'm gonna kill you.
Look.
That voice fucking haunts me.
Strahd von Weslowski just fits just as as good as Zarovich.
Why did I ever fucking help create that monster?
He is a monster.
It was mainly you, but God, did I give it a reason to show the fuck up, huh?
You gave him a really easy character to torment.
Thank you,
Oh.
Taylor.
Min's very easy.
Thank you, Taylor. I like how I was thinking like a ranger is always gonna be ranged, but you went in it. You were in it to win it.
Well, part of that is my arrows are limited. Do not have the luxury of infinite arrows.
That's
And also, my strength score ain't too bad, so I said, fuck it, you know? And went balls to the wall.
That's good. That's fine. It's all good. It's all great.
Endless arrows.
But this is a survival horde.
You can always recover them. Remember. I think you can roll a dice and recover.
Oh, fuck, I always forget. I'm not used to this.
You get one arrow back
Okay.
Yeah.
because you fired two.
You get half, I believe. Yeah.
If you're able to spend a minute after combat, you can retrieve half your arrows.
As long as they don't get thrown off a bridge down 1,000 feet.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's go over to Dulian.
Hi, I'm Dulian. One of the halves of Jacqueline Hare here, and I had played Luke. I felt like everyone's Taroka readings were very interesting, and I'm curious to see how that's gonna play, or if that's even going to play in this campaign. I'm not sure. I feel like a lot of that stuff had like bigger overarching themes for all of our characters. But I'm curious to kind of see how all of that plays out. I'm also super happy that Irina she's the only girl that I like so far that's shown up in this campaign, and she's a good girl and she hits things, so I'm all for that. You can find me here on Mondays. You can find me on Reign of One's channel for a Paths campaign on Tuesdays. You can also catch me over on Guild of the Phoenix either on Thursdays or Sundays for various D&D, storyteller, and cyberpunk games alike. And then you can also catch me here on the subsequent Fridays for either Vampire Exclamation Point at the Disco, a VTM V5 Chronicle, or for Jesse's game. That's it.
Yeah, let's go over to Bar.
I play Kasia. I should have had coffee. I'm losing it. I had fun. I really enjoyed how on brand the Taroka readings were for everyone. Except for Riley, kind of like showed that maybe Michael actually did shuffle the deck. Maybe.
Oh no,
I don't believe that.
I felt like Riley's really, really fit.
Oh, you fell on the fucking nose.
It's less about Bloods at Riley and more about like Riley has to just become their own person or they're gonna be.
Because I don't know Blood Debt Riley.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a matter of like Riley just needs to become their own person, otherwise they're gonna continue being this puppet of mass destruction. At least that's what I got from that anyway. I could be wrong.
I also liked how our NPCs are getting a spine.
Let's raise them to be very good adventurers.
They're gonna fucking die.
Not unless we let them. You can catch me doing all the games on this channel. Mondays I play this game. Wow. Fridays I switch between the Scion 2E game and the VTM game where I respectively play a Scorpion and a Bruja. Yeah. Tuesdays on Marina 1 I also am in the past game playing a warrior who willingly got stabbed to get stronger. Debatably.
I did that. I did the stabbing.
They did the stabbing. Jesse's character saved my life by casting a spell beforehand.
And then I killed another character 5 times over.
Yes.
That was Andromeda's character.
It was funny.
It was
pretty funny.
There's some weird shit that goes on in that game, let's just say.
I want that dagger in this game. I'm gonna give that to Count like permanently now.
No, that dagger is fucking broken.
Dangerous.
It's broken.
It's dangerous. Just don't have a lot of spirit. Anyways. Who's next? Not me.
Michael's next.
Yeah, I forgot I still have to go. Hi, my name is Michael. I've been the Dungeon Master. I thought it was cool. I thought there was some fun interactions. The Taroka readings, yes, were completely unscripted, except for those very first cards because you guys all decided what your cards were. Obviously, I had an agenda to push, but the cards happened to work out pretty nicely in my favor for a lot of it. They turned out very bleak, generally. Like I said, I did some test readings for myself just to see like how I could do it. It's like some of them were a little positive about like embracing the hard things and moving past it, like just because of the cards that got picked. But it didn't happen in the game. That was kind of fun.
Mine was like, you're gonna become a monster if you try not to become a monster. You silly fuck.
Mine's like, give up your faith and become a sociopath and then go back and take over.
Or build a new church.
Mine's like, kill it. You won't.
Yeah.
And yeah, Riley's did have some special lore in it. Because I'm working an angle that we will see soon enough, I'm sure. But yeah, I thought that was cool. I thought it was fun. You guys got through that combat despicably quickly. And yeah, it was interesting because I didn't know whether, you know, that's why I gave the option. Like if you had said, I want to go to Castle Ravenloft, I would have said, all right, get me back next week and we'll see what happens. Or, you know, or the windmill. Like I have all these things prepped, you know, depending on what kind of paths you want to take. But I think Vallaki is a very sensible choice to start. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to explore that town, which is an infamous town because it's very, very big and there's a lot of things in it that I have to prepare for or to be ready for in the event that somebody wants to walk down certain roads and shit. Like it's just a big town. So I'm very excited to get prepared for that. But yeah, you can check me out here every Monday where I run this. I will be in both of our Friday games. And that's it for me. We've already gone on too long.
Okay, and then I'll end this up. I am Jesse. I'm the other half of Jekyll and Hyde. I played Riley, and my favorite part was frantically typing the Taroka readings, and every time because I was like just so in tune with what you were saying, so I was transcribing pretty accurately. So that's why I was kind of like, oh, like I was very excited with every single reading. So well done, good improv, good. That must have been a really good exercise to.
It was something else,
flex
yeah.
their chops. I know how hard it is to play improv and do all that
Good
stuff, so
God.
that was very good. I do enjoy the little things that Riley does in general.
Love him.
To be distinctly different and odd, but still like kind of adorable because he wants his brother to like him a lot.
He does.
Well, like, be extra, like, to feel good. Like, he wants his brother to feel good, so let me make these sword blades that protect me like my brother's blades, so it'll be like he's protecting me.
Yeah.
Big brother!
Or maybe I was wrong.
No, it's funny. It's funny. It does make Luke feel good. But like Luke's just like, oh wait, that's okay. We'll talk about that later.
That has you can't just use that sword. You can't just use it.
Dagger.
You can't just use the dagger. There's religious stuff that you have to do first.
No, he's not gonna do that.
But I'm looking forward to whatever Valaki has and whether or not we are eating people in those pies. I think that's going to be a big focus for us.
I didn't eat a pie.
I think that's going to be a big focus for a lot of us, and it's super exciting. As far as games are concerned, I'll just talk about Scion, Friday game, happening every other Friday. It is a 2nd edition Scion game where we play children of gods who are making their paths toward godhood. We are working on a Ocean's 11 styled heist, which will be then followed with some sort of Japanese mythological forest spirit visitation, and who knows what else is going to happen. Oh yeah, a train heist. Not a train heist. It's more like you are protecting the train. It's like a Wild West kind of
heisted.
From being heisted, essentially. So there's a lot of genres that kind of get thrown around in that game. So it's a bit of a whiplash, a bit of a weirdo. But we also are going to be streaming on Onyx Path soon, by the spring, where we will be playing Mask of Mythos, which is a companion book where we are going to be children of Eldritch horrors. So that'll be fun. That's all I got. Give us a follow, give us a sub, so that way you know when we're going to be running, and I'll see you guys next time. Everybody say bye-bye as we release